All right, welcome to North Philadelphia, North Broad Street. We have an owl-on-owl matchup tonight. The FAU Owls versus the Temple Owls. Both of these teams looking for their first win since mid to late September. Last FAU win was September 19th versus Charlotte in a 2-1 win at Boca Raton. Temple's last win against Navy, 1-0, September 15th here in Philadelphia. So with both of these teams looking for their first win in quite a few weeks, me, Danny Mez, and my other co-host, color announcer, Jake Holzhauer, are here to give the call on this owl-owl matchup. Jake, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Danny. If you were listening to the previous broadcast for soccer, you would be able to tell this is our first time together.
Yes, there we go.
Finally, we're together, and it's been a long time coming.
It has.
Because we've been set up to do multiple games together, but unfortunately our schedules just never worked out. But now we're set up for today and Sunday against UAB, so I'm very excited.
We're on a roll now. They're not even ready for what's coming.
Absolutely not. So going into this game, Danny, it's been, as goal was September 29th against Tulsa. They got 2 in that game.
Wow. Yeah, they definitely have been struggling, not only with goals, but getting shots, possession.
Absolutely.
One of the biggest things that I've seen with this Lady Owls team is their inability to really build from the back, get good shots on target. It's been a struggle for them, and I think that starts with the clearances. Instead of immediately trying to boot it out from the back, I think they should try to learn to build and create an attack. Last time I was on was that ECU game, and right away, their one goal that they scored, they built from the back. It was a beautiful play, great passing, and they caught them by surprise. That's the result of building from the back. If they continue to try to hit these Hail Mary passes, it just won't work out.
Absolutely, and I mean, it's been a while since this team had a win. We're dating all the way back. I mean, they tied. Their last win, looking at it now, was against Navy as we go to kickoff right in front of us.
And right away, Temple on the offensive. It's a bit of a scramble to get the ball right now. FAU able to recollect. They're trying to build from the back, as I mentioned at the start of this broadcast. They're bringing it down the left side of the wing. And I think the wing defending will be the biggest thing for the Temple Owls. Just protecting the wings. They're vulnerable a lot of times on these crosses.
Yeah.
Opponents have been able to draw a lot of corner kicks, which will be very big to try to avoid, repeatedly having to defend set pieces for the Temple Owls.
Absolutely, and it's going to get a little confusing, I would think, for us, because FAU is also wearing red jerseys today, so it looks like it's just a cherry and white game.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because I almost called, and it doesn't help that their jerseys also say Owls on the front.
Yeah, they say Owls. Ours, or Temple, says Temple on it. So it's going to be very hard to be able to tell which one. But all we need to know, or all the viewers need to know, Temple is in the white, and in the red is FAU.
And like I mentioned before, defending corner kicks and set pieces, already the FAU Owls have a corner kick, looking to get an early goal here. The cross is in. It's up in the air, headed away by Temple. And another big clearance. Hopefully they can recollect the ball. I don't want to see them kick it out. I want to see them retain possession.
Yeah, that's the thing about this Temple women's team. Like you said, they build up from the back. They want to try to get shots, but the thing is they want to set up plays, right? So they want to try to contain possession and really meticulously try to put shots on the net, but it has been working the last couple games.
Sherry Atkins gets a touch of the ball. She was keeping some high pressure there. That was good. And just like I mentioned, Temple unable to hold the possession, keep it, and pass it around. It seems like they get it, and within 15 seconds every time they lose it again.
Yeah.
And they're back on the defensive.
It's very similar to what the men's team has a problem with. Both teams want to have possession, but they have a very tough time controlling the ball.
Exactly. As Temple gets possession in their back four, they're scrambling, and they give it up once again right outside of the box.
I think what Temple is looking for in a playmaker is somebody to be able to just have the ball and be able to bring it up by themselves without having to worry to give it up.
And they struggle with physicality as well.
Absolutely.
I think our best physical player, it's a good save by Bino. Really good header put on target by FAU. Bino making a great save.
Yeah, that was very interesting right there. It was a cross into the box, and then the FAU attacker tried to head it in, and it was a great save by Temple's goalkeeper.
But back to what we've been saying, this physicality, they lose possession so quick, and our Temple's best physical player is Sherry Atkins, who's a forward. So when it comes down to building from the back, it won't work out, as Sherry Atkins is currently fighting for the ball in the FAU half.
Yeah, it's rough because Sherry Atkins, although she is a very good and physical player, like you've been saying, Danny, she's just not that X factor that you can build around, unfortunately. She's built to be maybe a number 2, maybe a number 3, to be a second option, but unfortunately she is the number 1 on this team, and that hurts the team because she doesn't really fit that role.
Yeah, her role is a striker, and on
Absolutely.
a different team that's built, with different play styles, she'd be a great striker, but her having to be a playmaker as well is definitely a struggle for this team, as FAU is once again on the offensive. Pass to the right side, looking for a cross. They're going to swing it out to the right side of the field. Incoming the cross. Oh, great move there. Driving in. Shot is missed. That wasn't a shot. It was a cross.
Yeah.
And that's going to go out for a goal kick. And like I said, this wing play from FAU is really, it's been devastating so far.
Yeah, that was number 10 on the cross, Michelle Horan, who just missed the cross over her teammate's head. But it looks like FAU is doing a very good job of keeping it on Temple's side of the field and putting shots or crosses up.
Yeah. Here's Natalie DeMasi on the left wing. She's the left back for this game. Passing it to the center. They're looking to build from the back here. This is what I like to see, a good build-up.
Yep, and now they're taking a deep shot, but, I mean, they just give the ball away right there.
And this is what I've been saying, Jake. These long balls, these Hail Mary passes, it just, in theory, it works out great. You catch them off guard, you catch them by surprise, get a quick shot on target. But what ends up happening is they just give the ball up. They toss up a 50-50 ball, and the defense calmly collects it. And now FAU Owls looking to flip it on the counterattack, and they're able to control possession well. They have time, they have space. They're bringing it up the right wing right now.
Yeah, that's the problem with this women's team. As that ball is kicked, it's going to be a corner actually for FAU. They give the ball up when they're on full attack, and then what happens is that counterattack for the other team, in this case it would be FAU, they just have a full counterattack with nobody defending.
Yeah, and they get caught behind a little bit. They look a little slow to these counterattacks, almost lost.
Yeah, it's like their game plan isn't built around the counterattack, even though that's what they give up most of the time. When it comes to the goals, that's the number 1 goal scoring for the other team is counterattacks.
Corner taken short, and that was a close shot right there.
Almost looked like a shot from the corner.
And there's another cross inside. The ball is bouncing around in the zone. It's up in the air. And looking for a cross right now. There's Brooke Kane collecting the ball, looking to clear.
It was just chaos in the box right there, and thankfully Temple got it out.
Yeah, it was definitely close. A couple opportunities there for the FAU Owls to take an early lead, but Temple able to recollect themselves, trying to build from the back, and they win a throw-in now.
Yeah, I mean, Bino definitely had 1 or 2 saves in that. She was trying to punch the ball in the air multiple times, but she just kept missing. But good thing that Temple is now looking to go on the attack. It's very windy here today in Philadelphia. But they just give the ball once away again.
FAU looking to build from the back is a run. They have a defender coming into the final third for Temple. That's just not what you want to see. And then there's a big ball right in. Bino comes out to collect it. And it will go out to the left side of the field, collected by Natalie DeMasi. She clears it out successfully. There's Sherry Atkins trying to get it out.
Yep, Temple finally trying to push the tempo. One person to look out for if you're scouting FAU is Michelle Horan. She leads the team in shots with 18, and 8 of them were on target this season, so she loves to shoot the ball.
Here's Temple on the counterattack. They run into a brick wall.
Yeah, that's nice.
Some very big defenders FAU has, and now they're on the counterattack, looking to break right up the middle, passing it out wide.
Yeah, number 14 for FAU is just wide open over there, but good defense there by Temple. Number 14 is actually not on our score sheet, so she must be a different number for us.
Looking for some updates here on the sheet as Temple gets a throw, and Sherry Atkins using her physical play to get ahead, trying to break free.
Asia Thomas is number 14, according to my roster.
And FAU recollects at the back. Just
Yeah,
foul call.
Yeah. First foul of the game. Unfortunately, hopefully won't become as foul heavy as the Memphis Temple game for men's soccer. We never want that ever again.
Yeah.
Patty and I were here for 3 hours. It was rough.
And about 7-8 minutes in, I talked about the corners at the top of this broadcast, and already FAU has 2 corners that have brought some good attacks. as they're looking to go on the offensive again, maybe draw another corner. That
Yeah.
looks like it's out for a goal kick.
Yeah, so far FAU, I mean, just living on Temple's defensive side. And, I mean, I'm not sure how familiar you are with Patty's, like, the way he talks about the game, but he calls
yeah.
the midfield area the chaos area.
Yep.
Right now, we're on Temple's side of the field, and we're not even entering the chaos area because it's staying on Temple's side of the field.
That's where they're getting stuck, that chaos area. They can't get it into the final
No.
third, and it's showing. The possession has definitely been in FAU's favor.
Yeah,
In
and
this
once again they turn the ball over once they're trying to go on the counterattack.
Credit to FAU. They're doing a great job of protecting the midfield. Their defenders are able to build from the back. And they have numbers every time they're going forward. That's what I've noticed so far. Here's another through ball. It's going to be collected by Tamsin Bino.
Yeah, that's like the 5th time we saw the ball in the box already this game.
Yeah.
And although FAU only has one shot and one shot on goal, they've been living near the box, as that is a very, very bad cross from Temple.
And once again, out of play, another
Yeah.
FAU throw-in. In the Temple final third, Layla Etemadi here to throw it in.
I wish for the live stats we could see turnovers, because I bet Temple would be leading that category significantly right now.
100%.
And I'm sure they would be leading, most likely, their entire conference in turnovers, because that's the name of their game. They turn the ball over, and if they don't, they hopefully put up a shot. Like, that is a big cross from their goalkeeper, and it ended up being the other team's possession.
Yeah, another long ball. It's almost a cycle. You could bet on it. Every time they get possession, they try a long run. And now here's FAU on a built attack. They're looking for the through ball. They're going to go out wide, down the right wing, looking for a cross, scanning, taking one more touch, and there's good defense there. And
That's a
there's
foul
a
every
foul
time.
call. Just a reckless foul near the
Yeah.
box. It's a free kick, but just way too physical there.
Yeah, and for FAU, I mean, this gives them a reset. Now they get to bring more people up, because when you're attacking, when not your entire team's there, it's like it's mostly an advantage to the defense, but now it's going to be an even playing field because now there's a lot more attackers in the box.
Yeah, it's just a reckless play there by Captain Phoebe Hall, and she's way too physical coming in for that tackle and doesn't get any of the ball. It's all body. As
Yep.
Here's the cross off the free kick.
Emmy Schiffler doing that one.
There is
Off the
off the
post!
post, and Bino able to collect it. Last-ditch effort. Unbelievable. I can't
Wow.
believe that ball didn't go in. Nearly by centimeters.
Yeah.
This game is still tied.
Very lucky. It looks like FAU's game plan is to go for headers into the box, as that's another turnover by Temple. And, I mean, it was a cross from number 12, Emmy Schiffler, into the box, and some attacker was able to put their head on it and hit the post. Luckily, Bino was there to save that ball.
Yeah. Very, very, very close play there as it goes out for a Temple throw-in. It's the way they're attacking. It's the slow, not slow either.
It's weird because it's like they want to be slow, but then when they finally get to attack, they're just too quick with it.
Yeah.
So they just don't have a good balance. It's very weird because if you were listening or watching to the men's soccer games as well, it looks like both teams have a very similar play style, and both play styles just don't end up working for either team. So I'm not sure why they keep continuing to go for it.
There's another throw-in for FAU.
I thought it was coming back here.
Yeah,
I got my hands up. I was ready.
yeah, he's locked in and ready to go.
Put me out in goalkeeper, even though Bino's good. Bino's good. It doesn't matter.
Jake Holzhauer ready to go in for the Temple Owls.
Unfortunately, well, I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I can't be playing anyway.
Well, yeah, men's team. I don't know. I could.
Well,
see
we
you,
have
Jake.
two of the best goalkeepers in the league there, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. Credit to them on their great seasons.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad that they're wasting those goalkeepers' talents, but, I mean, hey, at least they're doing good for themselves. Back to this game, though. FAU, back in Temple's defense already.
There's a great ball in to the center, running around. They play it through, looking for a cross once again. They get it to the outside, left wing. Playing, holding, and looking for the cross. It's a low cross, cleared out by Temple, and that'll go out for another FAU throw-in. And the big thing with FAU's attack is not only are they building from the back and bringing defenders with them, they're getting these set pieces, as I mentioned, these crosses, the aerial assault inside the box has brought two very close saves from Bino, and near goals, really, just inches off from a goal.
Yeah, it doesn't look like FAU's hiding their game plan whatsoever. They're coming out, they're attacking, they're getting to the corner, and once they get one or two people over in the corner, they're trying to cross it into their best middle attack area, which is very close to the box, and then they just try to put up a shot. Usually, it looks like they both their shots are on headers, so it looks like their number one goal is to try to head the ball into the goal. So it's like, at that point, this is the time that Temple has to be like, okay, we have to switch it up defensively. Stop letting them get into the box.
And get the taller players on defense.
Absolutely, because the problem with this Temple team, it doesn't seem that apparent, but if you really look at everyone's height, I mean, FAU has a slight height advantage, but that slight height advantage can really, really screw Temple.
Yeah, it'll punish them, especially on these corner kicks, on these free kicks that they're giving up near the area.
Yeah, and at some point, Temple has to decide, okay, maybe we have to start going taller and bringing in taller substitutes just so we can defend against...
Strong tackle there by FAU.
Yeah.
Able to stay in Temple's final third once again, looking for a through ball, looking for that breakthrough, trying to find someone on the outside. And they're going to bring it all the way back, slow it down.
Reset.
And those are the kind of plays we don't see Temple make.
No. It doesn't seem like Temple has the capability of resetting.
They try to get these Hail Mary balls. And,
Yeah.
and it might be because they lack size, they lack speed, but overall, it just shows a lack of confidence on this Temple.
Absolutely.
This Temple
If they
side.
had one player that showed at least a little bit of confidence, but that's where it comes being a below 500 team. If you're not a successful team, you're not going to have that confidence.
Sherry Atkins, that's offsides by a close margin.
And it's another Hail Mary, but a problem with these Hail Marys is that you'll end up eventually being called offsides.
And they're not open players either.
No.
They're marked by these defenders who are also very fast. And here's FAU on the attack once again.
Yep, Michelle Horan with the ball, number 10 for FAU.
And there's a great through ball, one-on-one with the keeper. Great save by
Wow,
Bino.
off her leg.
Goal line clearance there for Temple. It's another FAU corner. A great shot, a great save. What a play by both Owls.
Wow, Bino. I mean, that was off her foot. She saved that like doing the splits. That was awesome.
Yeah, an athletic save.
Yeah. 'cause
Almost gymnastics-esque. It's like a Simone Biles out there.
So it's really hard to try to describe, but basically both her hands went up towards the corner because she thought the FAU Owl was shooting top right, and she luckily put her leg out to try to save if there was anything on the left side. And she did shoot left side, and she got lucky with that save, but still a very athletic showing out for Bino.
It's a smart goalkeeping play. You're
Yes.
one-on-one. You got to make yourself big. As here's the cross from FAU. No one is there to collect it. They get a shot on target, and that's in.
Number
top
17.
left.
Number 17, that's Jody Smith with the goal. Wow.
It's 1-0 FAU.
And that's what Temple couldn't defend against. Temple was starting to defend the cross, but as soon as you get a laser from the back end of the box, where it might have not even been in the box, that's when Temple can't defend it because they're trying to set up for the corner defense.
And that is FAU's 5th shot on target that finally goes in. It's their 3rd shot on goal.
Yeah.
4th, actually, rather. I'm sorry. But something you can see, too, is the team, the kind of team that FAU is. The goalkeeper came from her own box all the way to the other side of the field to celebrate with her teammates.
You could tell that FAU has very good chemistry, and it looks like Temple just isn't there.
They got to try to really get a well-orchestrated attack here, and that's not going to do it. They lose it right in the chaos zone. As you mentioned, shout out to Patty Heckard. It's where they lose it every time. They can't get it into the final third.
No.
That's going to go out for a Temple throw, and they're going to try to take advantage, play
And
quick.
just give it right back up.
Yeah, it's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, and they're not changing their way. I mean, right now they're banking on them getting possession when it rolls out of bounds, but you can only do that for so long.
And I think they should switch the play here. They got to switch it to the left side and get an attack. There's way too many bodies on that right wing. Sherry Atkins trying to find some space there. Brings it to the corner, looking for a cross. Is anyone there? There's a shot, and she skies it. That one landed at Morgan Hall.
Yeah, and I know that number, I believe this is number 2 right here, Natalie Desime right here. Or Damasi, sorry. Even though she's a defender, she should be running up and trying to at least help the attack on the left side, like you were saying, because there's nobody there. So if you just give her a chance, she could put a shot up. But unfortunately, that's just not the game plan for this Temple team.
There's the time and space, and if they're going to go for a long switch, that's how they got to do it. They might win it back here in the final third. Right near the box, Sherry Atkins puts in a challenge, and FAU is going to be able to clear that one away. And now here's a chance for Temple to reset. They're favoring this right wing very heavily, and I think they could benefit a lot by switching the play.
Absolutely. And now the FAU's on the counterattack right now because they were, again, trying to put up another Hail Mary cross. That was the time. Temple needed to apply pressure there, and they just let it go.
And I think Bino should flip it over to her left back here.
Try to rebuild again because
Yeah.
they need to slow it down. They can't keep going for these Hail Marys, but it looks like Bino does flip it to her right instead of her left.
I'm telling you, they're favoring that right side for
For a
whatever
reason. Yeah, they have a game plan, but it seems to not be working at this very moment.
I don't know if there's a certain matchup that they like or.
Here's the thing. Good players and good teams, they stick to the matchup, but then at some point they realize they need to change it, and they'll change it halfway through. Unfortunately, Temple is not changing what could potentially benefit them.
And Natalie Damasi trying to close in on that corner. She gets in a tackle, and the clearance goes straight to FAU once again. And right now looking to reset. That's the kind of switch that Temple needs to commit to. Because right there, that created an opportunity. And even though it didn't work out for FAU, they win a throw-in, and they retain possession. That is the biggest thing, especially with this 1-0 lead about halfway through. Not quite yet, but about halfway through this first half.
Absolutely. I mean, the name of the game is possession, but the better possession is when you have it on the other side of the field. That's what FAU is doing right now. They're controlling it on Temple's side of the field, which isn't giving Temple a lot of time to be able to create counterattacks, but eventually Temple needs to break one out in order to try to tie this game up at the very least.
And I'll add this interesting statistic here. Daniela Diaz of FAU, she's a defender number 2, has not only 2 shots as a defender, she has 2 shots on goal.
Which is completely opposite to what the Temple defense is doing, because they're not putting shots up at all. I mean, you can even tell here, they're on the counterattack right now. Temple's defense is staying back.
Yeah, I think that's where they need to take advantage.
Yeah.
Right now, it appears that they've won a corner kick, hoping to get something out of this.
Yeah, but Danny, if you were right now Temple's coach or a player for Temple, I mean, look how far back they're. I mean, now they only have 2 people playing on defense to stop the counterattack, but would you bring some of these defenders up to try to surround the box?
I would definitely bring the wings back and the same players that are back here, the 2 center backs,
Yeah.
keep them behind. You know, that's your safety net.
Yes.
But those left and right backs, they got to run with the wingers, provide support. There's the cross in off the corner, and that's calmly collected by Lexi Gonzalez.
Yeah, I mean, the cross, that was just not a very well executed cross, but it's their first cross of the game. They're allowed to not have a great executed cross the first time. But, I mean, when they were on the counterattack, they still had 4 defensive backs staying back.
Michelle Horn out-muscling Temple defenders on this long-winded run, bringing it to the outside, and they make it around the corner. That's number 18, Sophia Voldsby, and
Yeah.
she's trying to look in for a cross.
That's going to be a foul.
It's going to get called.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see a reason not to call it. She pushed her down and didn't touch the ball whatsoever.
Getting too close, getting too physical.
And it looks like Temple's being flustered on their defense because that's the second foul call around their box. And unfortunately, you can't be doing that because now it gives FAU a time to reset. And now look, their attacking strategy with the ball on a free kick is having 1 defensive back back here for their counter defense.
And right now they have 2 people on this free kick, and this is such a close free kick to the penalty box.
Yes.
That it's even better than a corner. You have a better angle. You can shoot it or you can cross it in.
It depends how big of a leg these women have.
And there's the cross in. Looks like a cross, and it's overshot. It's going to go out for a goal kick, but the more opportunities.
Yep.
They're applying pressure onto Temple.
I mean, the more shots you take, the more chances you have to score.
Exactly. And right now, off that corner that Temple just had, they're not seizing these opportunities. They're very scarce. And when you see a cross from a corner that's just too close to the goalkeeper, you know, yeah, it is their first corner of the game, but I think that should be more of an emphasis on them trying to take advantage because I don't know how many corners they're going to see this game, Jake.
Absolutely. And, I mean, it looked like that lady had the leg to try to potentially fit it into the goal, but it looked like she was going for a cross instead, which she just overshot.
And here's another counterattack by FAU.
Yep,
There's
number
a player on the
29,
wing.
Stella Rubido, bringing it up.
Looking for the through ball. That gets blocked by a Temple defender. They're able to reset. Turning the corner, there's FAU. There's a scrap right in the middle, and that's going to get called for a foul, I believe.
Time stoppage as well. There is a player down, the ref is saying.
It is a yellow card
Wow.
for FAU.
Interesting. But it looks like FAU's attacker there was trying to help her up, but she refused to get helped up. But, I mean, that's obviously you can see from FAU. That wasn't intentional whatsoever. They were just playing the game at that point.
Yeah, that'll be a booking for defender Stella Rubido.
Yeah, I mean, there was Rubido. I just said she brought it up, and now she's the one that receives the yellow card.
Good call there by the ref. I don't see many complaints from either side.
But now it looks like they're going to redo the free kick. But I mean, now it's Temple's time to start trying to build up through the back, and they're trying to, as the goalkeeper, Bino, it looks like she has a problem with the ref. But
I think the pass back off of that free kick was just very off the mark. I think that is what she was a little
okay,
upset
yeah, she was
about.
throwing her hands up, acting confused. That was probably because that pass, like you said, was very off the mark.
I think that was to her teammate rather than the referee.
Absolutely, but yeah, and now's the time to. I think you shouldn't even clear this one. I think you should just pass it and start building up. But it looks like they're just going to clear it to the other side of the field.
Looking for the long ball once again, but once again winning the aerial battle is FAU.
Yeah, I mean, Temple hasn't. It looked like they haven't won one 50-50 header so far this game. And if you're not winning them, just don't play them.
Yep. You would think it was a strength the way they're just kicking the ball straight away.
Exactly, but unfortunately, it's a weakness for them right now, and they don't think so.
And it's a strength for FAU, but they know better enough to not go for the 50-50.
Exactly, because when there's a chance that you can lose every 50-50 realistically, and it looks like Temple so far is losing every 50-50.
Yep, and right now, the way FAU is playing, Jake, I'm not sure if you ever played soccer growing up or anything, but
I had one practice.
One practice,
and then I quit because I hit the ball with my head and I got scared. But I did play a lot of FIFA growing up. I'll tell you that.
All right. So you might know about the rondo. So pre-game, when they're all in one big circle and they have one defender in the middle, they play a rondo. That's almost what this looks like right now. It's Temple chasing the ball.
Oh, that's like us. They have that in football as well, where it's like tackle the man with the ball.
Yeah, it's essentially a gauntlet.
Okay. Awesome.
Where once the defender gets the ball, one of the passers, whoever gave up the ball, goes into the middle, becomes a defender.
Okay.
It's essentially like that.
Yeah, it looks like right now, I mean, FAU, it's way too early to be playing keep away, but like you were saying, it's like Temple's basically chasing them down.
It's their build-up. The way they're able to connect these passes, they're able to just maintain possession while making progress upfield.
It's like right there. I mean, Phoebe Holland, number 43, she intercepted the ball, and instead of trying to maintain possession, she just gave it back to the other team.
And I think some of these defenders are either all in or all out with these tackles. Either they're overrunning these balls, or they look like they're not ready for the next move. It's
very, very like you said. I think it's 50-50 with that, where it's like they either have to commit or they don't want to commit. And it looks like each player individually is choosing something different, and not the whole team isn't synced. I would say this team is not synced whatsoever, at least for this game. They haven't been synced for at least a month now, so let's see if they can hopefully get themselves together and start playing like a team.
This is a team that has 9 goals through 16 games.
It's rough. I mean, they're 2-14 overall. At this point, you're just trying to win to get yourself some confidence for next season.
Hopefully this is something to build on, and hopefully they can look and get their 10th goal of the season today.
Exactly.
That is the hope.
Yep, I mean, senior night is next Sunday. That's their final home game of the season. They're going to be honoring 7 seniors, which means 7 people most likely are leaving for this team. I mean, there's graduates that come back and play sometimes, but there's at least 7 people that might not be on this team next season, and they just want to give them a warm welcome away, because they obviously, we're not going to have any hatred or, any black hearts towards everyone. I mean, they all deserve to be congratulated for playing for the team, but at some point you just got to be like, okay, move on. We need new people.
Yeah, looking for the future of the program.
Absolutely.
As we see some substitutes here by the Temple Owls. First substitutes for either team so far in this game, as we are, 25 minutes in?
Very early for the substitutions, I would say. I feel like this is like a normal amount, but I mean, after watching men's or commentating men's for so long, I feel like it's been like the past month since I haven't been on women's. The men's don't do it until around the 10-minute mark. So this is pretty early, I would say, for substitutions.
I just think it's a good decision from a
Absolutely.
managing standpoint. Just because you see that you're outmatched right now, you're not winning time of possession, you're not winning on shots, not shots on goal, not
Absolutely.
on corner kicks, not on free kicks.
Get some fresh
something,
feet.
Exactly. Try to change something. Maybe you could get a jolt from one of these bench players.
Exactly. And, I mean, like we were saying before, they need some length, some tallness. So that's what they hopefully brought in to try to counterattack the crosses and the size disadvantage that they have. As they're now throwing in the ball, that is
Sherry
Temple.
Atkins collecting it on a sliding tackle to maintain possession.
Yeah, great slide tackle. They kept possession on that one.
Sherry Atkins, what is she going to do here? She's going to play it back. They might look for a long ball here. There it is. They think they have something. Great control there. There's a through ball for Sherry Atkins. Sherry Atkins making a move. And can they capitalize on this attack here? Sherry Atkins with a great move, and that's a foul. Surely a yellow card from the ref.
No card, it looks
No
like.
card.
It is going to be a free kick here for Temple. And Danny, we were talking about coming off the bench. Last game against UTSA, even though Temple fell 3-0, Carly Steinberg, 23 minutes off the bench last week. So it looks like Temple is not afraid to bring people off the bench and play them for significant minutes.
And as you mentioned, Carly Steinberg was just subbed in
There we
for
go.
Samaya Togba. So wonder what she'll be able to do. Hopefully she can have a good impact on this game, as it is still well in reach, 1-0 with 18 minutes left in the half.
Yep, Phoebe Holland taking this free kick. Now she has the chance to either pass it, cross it, or even try to take the shot.
And she looks for the shot, and it's like Maddox Trujillo. That would have been good for 3.
That was funny, Danny. Yeah, it was over the goalpost. I mean, if she was doing the crossbar challenge, she still would have failed. But I mean, come on, like you can't be taking the shot there. You can't play hero ball,
I favor a cross in that position. I agree with you, Jake.
especially if you're bringing in fresh legs. Let those fresh legs at least try to touch the ball in the box.
And you've seen how devastating these headers have been for FAU's
Yeah.
offense. I wonder at what point do you try to sneak in a header?
And the thing is, if that was in the game plan where you believe Phoebe Holland has your best leg trying to kick it into the goal, sure. But
Great
she's also
play here on the
defense.
counterattack. FAU with a great 1-2-3. There's a shot on goal, and Bino will
Ooh.
collect it.
I thought that almost went in between Bino's legs, but she was able to corral it.
And it was just a great build-up, a 1-2-3 there from defenders to midfield.
And that's what Temple doesn't do. The Temple don't get quick touches to try to give other people opportunities. It seems like they mostly play for themselves, which is very unfortunate. And then when they are about to get swarmed with the ball, they just try to kick it away.
I would say Temple's game plan just looks a little bit more unorganized.
Absolutely.
It looks like they're just going for the long ball. I think they should try to build it better, as there's a miscommunication. Sherry Atkins thought she was getting a through ball, and it ends up going straight to a defender. They get it back in midfield, passing it to the right side. There's a ball forward, and that's right into 2 FAU defenders. There's a slide tackle. She's just out-muscled.
Yeah.
Right down the right wing for FAU. Looking for a hole. There's an overlapping pass right there. Will they take the through ball? There's one through ball, maybe to the corner there, and that's going to be out for a throw-in in favor of FAU.
Yeah, Phoebe Holland, the last one to touch that. But you were talking about the miscommunication, Danny. I'm not sure really what happened, but it looked like Atkins was looking for the through ball, calling for it. But unfortunately, Natalie DeMasi just thought she was calling for a pass, and she just ended up passing it straight to the defense.
In
Which-
the corner, it's another throw in FAU.
Wow. I mean, the miscommunication, that's a big thing that Temple had to has been struggling with all season, and you can clearly tell that they're not on the same page.
And here's another throw in from FAU. They might look for a cross here. That cross is blocked, and I
Corner.
think it's out for a corner.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be already their 4th corner of the game, and we're not even halfway through the first quarter. Or first half, actually, so.
Yeah, we're about 29 minutes in, give or take.
We're getting to we're getting halfway there, but I mean 4 corners is a decent amount. It's not the most, but it could
It's a
definitely.
healthy dosage.
It is. They're getting a good amount.
There's the corner kick. Another header. That's just missed, and looking for the shot from the outside of
Oof.
the box.
There was nobody
It's
there
blocked.
for
Sherry
FAU.
Atkins. She's by herself, but can she take on this 3 defenders? And there's a run on the left side. They're going to play it back. There's a big ball. That's a good ball.
It's not. It's not. Unfortunately, the attacker for Temple, number 24,
Delaney Holker
she lost it.
she overruns it a little bit.
Yeah,
I
she
think.
got lost in the sauce. I don't know if she got lost in the lights. It's possible. But, I mean, that's rough because then again, like, they had a really good counterattack setup, and then they just go for the hero ball, the Hail Mary, and they just don't get it again.
Right now looking to play from the back.
They're
Temple.
lucky that they get a free kick here, and it looks like they're letting the goalie take the free kick after the mid-marker.
From the Temple tee. Interesting.
I mean, all FAU has to do is put up a shot over her head, and it could go in the goal. It's very unlikely, but, I mean, this is an interesting situation.
I think they trust Bino's leg enough to try to give the team a chance.
Does she go for the shot? No. Ah!
Oh, there's a good look, and that's all in the corner.
Wow,
what a
great
header!
save.
And that's a great delivery by Bino. Definitely has the best leg on this Temple.
Absolutely, and that was a great save by Lexi Gonzalez. But the problem with that is if Bino has your best leg, why is she playing goalie?
Team.
You can't rely on your goalie to put up crosses for you across the field.
Yeah,
I mean, of course she's a great goalkeeper, but at the same time, if she has your best leg, go put her out there. Put your backup goalie in.
Yeah, here's a corner kick for Temple. That's a good ball with some time on it.
The header.
Not enough contact on it. Crossed once again, and that's headed away by FAU. Another corner for Temple. This is an interesting development here, Jake.
It is, yeah. We're finally seeing Temple over in FAU side of the ball. This is going to be the third corner of the game, which, I mean, compared to FAU, the FAU has 4 corners. So you would look at the stat sheet and say, whoa, Temple has been holding together. But when you actually watch the game, you realize they've only been here a handful of times, and that's the only reason they have these many corners.
And there's a quick corner taken shortly. There's the cross in.
The
Is
shot.
anyone there? Oh, off her line. Players down on the floor. It's cleared out by FAU. Temple looking to get it back in quickly, hopefully.
The cross in.
There it is. They're able to get ahead on it, but it'll go back to the defender. Sherry Atkins applying some pressure. The high press seems to be working right now.
You shouldn't take that header because now it's the counterattack for FAU. They should have just let it go out of bounds, and that's a foul.
That'll be a foul in favor of FAU.
Yeah, that was a lot happening. I mean, they took the shot from the short corner there, and then there was a bit of a scramble for the ball. Temple was hoping to just try to get a tip in from one of its attackers, but FAU did a really good job to defend that.
I will say that is what you want to see if you're Temple from a corner.
Absolutely.
You're applying the pressure. You're making the goalkeeper come off her line, make a tough decision.
And when it comes to goals don't have to be pretty. They don't have to be just like FAU did, where it's like a sweet, clean shot from the back of the box. At the end of the day, a goal is a goal, and that's what Temple was trying to go for there.
And there's a great play once again on the left wing by FAU, able to get it out. Is that still in bounds? It is. There's a cross from FAU. It is blocked off by number 7 for Temple. That is Riley Wilpolt. And there's a cross in once again for FAU. She might be offsides. And yeah, there's the offsides call.
That's a good.
Thank you, Jake.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that at all. I was just watching the ball in the air, and FAU's not afraid to to really kick the ball up at all because they know they have the size advantage and they know they'll most likely win the 50-50.
There's another long ball, controlled well. Not the best first touch. FAU able to recollect. Sherry Atkins, way to get in there, Sherry.
I don't know what switch Temple hit, but it looks like they hit a good one because now they're actually on the attack.
Through ball. There's no one in the middle though. Way to cut it back. And there's a throw-in for Temple. So, again, able to keep it on this half will be big. Even if there's no goal as a result, if they can close out this half within punching range and even maybe some momentum going into that next half.
I want to see Temple bring their wing and their defenders up a little bit more just so they can get more shots, like Phoebe Holland right here.
Oh, my God, there's a shot.
Whoa, it's a one-on-one. Offsides.
She's offsides.
Wow. I mean, that was like I'm not going to say best chance because she was offsides, but that was a one-on-one opportunity if she stayed on.
Yeah. Creative play there by Temple.
Absolutely.
I didn't see that one coming at all.
Exactly what I said. They brought the defense up. Phoebe Holland, who I think they believe has the best leg on the field if she's the one taking free kicks, and she ends up doing a cross to Atkins, and just Atkins unfortunately was offsides that time.
Yeah. They're playing it forward slowly. There's a big ball. Oh, what a touch that is from FAU. And a great tackle by Temple. They're trying to switch. I think Sherry Atkins is offsides once again. This high press for Temple is working.
Not called that time.
And this high pressure continues to work by Temple. I like the game plan switch up here by the Temple Owls, not to be confused by the FAU Owls. And there's a cross inside. It's recollected by FAU, played all the way back to the keeper. Daniela Diaz plays it back to her defenders. That's number 2. No, that is Daniela Diaz.
Yeah. If I was Temple here, I would. Oh, wow, just let it go out of bounds. That's interesting. I was going to say, if I was Temple, I would try to apply some pressure and get FAU to give up the ball, but they gave up the ball anyway.
Yeah, it's been almost like a Pep Guardiola kind of high pressure. They're keeping the attackers, their plates are full. They're very active on the front line, and midfielders are playing high up too. I like this overall. I wonder if they're vulnerable here on this counterattack, though, Jake.
Yeah, and I mean, Temple, they had a throw-in and they just gave it away after the first touch. But
Another
they just
great tackle.
They won that 50-50, which was interesting. But now FAU's back on the attack.
Temple making some great tackles here in these last 5 minutes or so.
I don't know. They look like a different team at the moment, but we'll see what happens when FAU actually puts up a shot, which they might be able to. That's number 29 with the ball. That's Stella Rubidoux.
They get a good through ball, but that's going to go out for a goal kick, I believe. It is. And I think we're going to see some substitutions here for
FAU this time.
Owls.
FAU, Drew Dempsey.
Drew Dempsey coming in for FAU.
And Haley Santiago.
It's the fans cheer.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
FAU Owls.
there's a decent showing here today for the women's team.
Yeah, for both sides. Both FAU and Temple have a good amount of fans here. And we're looking at these new subs as they come in with about 9 minutes left in the half.
Yep, Drew Dempsey, for a senior forward for FAU, coming in for the game. She is number 8, so look out for number 8 for FAU, the senior forward, Drew Dempsey.
FAU giving up the ball quickly, but Temple able to recollect. Good move there. That's a foul.
Yep. And time stoppage, potentially a card? No,
Yeah,
it
that
looks.
will be a card.
Yeah. And that is on number 24, I think.
Into the book.
Is with a 4, number 14 it looks like. 24, 14, one of the two. Let's try to look for a definite answer before we say anything. My glasses aren't glassing right now.
27.
27, all right. Number 27 for FAU on that foul. That is, looking at the roster here.
Santiago Haley.
Yeah, Haley Santiago for that foul.
Into the book with the yellow card there.
Absolutely.
That's the second booking of the game. Both FAU Owls.
Yeah, I mean, Temple having a couple fouls too, but no cards for them just yet.
And a little chatter here by our Temple goalkeeper Bino and the referee once again. They
Yep.
shared a couple laps.
I mean, last time Temple had a good chance, Bino was the one to kick it, so let's see if that happens again.
there it is. There's not a 50-50 ball. Sherry Atkins able to collect. That's played into the box. Maybe across here. That's a shot on target saved
Great
by
save.
Lexi Gonzalez.
Yeah, officially it was on Santiago Ailey for unsporting, and that was a great save by Lexi Gonzalez. Once again, the best chance that Temple has had is off the clearance from Bino. Very interesting.
It's working.
It is working, but you can't rely on that because your goalkeeper should stay back most of the time.
Yeah. On those free kicks, I don't mind it too much. That's
No.
an offsides call. And the
Good
player
call.
who just went into the book, she's offsides.
Yeah, I mean, Haley Santiago not having that good of a time coming in. I mean, a yellow card and then an offsides call.
Temple Owl looking to break loose here. 8 minutes left in the half. Maybe some fireworks here on North Broad.
Possibly, but that just goes out. Now it's FAU's ball. Did you jinx them, Danny, do you think?
No, don't even
Commentator jinx.
don't even accuse me of that. I'm immune to it.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Okay.
In my second announcing game.
Yeah, everyone thinks they're immune, and then it starts to happen.
Yeah.
I want to see FAU start building up from their back, like it looks like they're doing.
Are you trying to reverse jinx right now? Is that what I'm saying? And that's
Don't
a great
say it.
through ball into the book. She hits the
Oh!
post, and that was a great shot. Bino able to get big. She does not touch the ball. It goes out for a goal kick. But once again, player, like we said, was just
Yeah.
offsides, just got that yellow card. Haley Santiago with a good
Yeah.
shot on goal technically, hits the post and goes out for a goal kick.
Welcome to the game, Santiago. I mean, come on. She just put in, that's like the quickest ever for those 3 stats I've ever seen. She got the card, then she
Got called offside.
got called off sides, and then instantly had a shot on goal. So, I mean, welcome to the game, Haley Santiago. That's crazy.
Making sure her presence is acknowledged for sure. Santiago.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what happens when you have fresh legs. Hopefully they actually make their presence known as Phoebe Holland's trying to control the ball around midfield.
There's a great ball, and it's just mistouched. Might go out for it will go out for a
Interesting.
Temple throw-in.
Yeah, it looked like there was miscommunication too because it looked like a through ball going to the corner, but it looked like a Temple attacker actually cut it off. But luckily for Temple, it ends up going off of an FAU owl, and now it's Temple's ball once more.
I'm trying to build it here. Some fans getting ready to see something here from the Temple Owls. Try to turn the corner. That's another tackle by
Nope.
Santiago.
Nope. I mean, the Temple fans have not seen anything in a very long time, and they're not seeing one as of right now.
And that's a great play there. Clever footwork there by Fiona Killian.
Yep.
Temple
Natalie
midfielder.
DeMasi passing back to Bino. Of course, Bino, the goalkeeper here for
Temple Owls.
the Temple Owls, the sophomore goalkeeper. She comes from the United Kingdom, Danny.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I believe Liverpool Academy, if I'm correct.
Yes. Yeah, the Liverpool Academy. Very, very cool.
Yeah,
Nice to
awesome
see you.
stuff.
Yeah. Do you know any British people, Danny?
I do in my dorm in 1940, as there's a foul by FAU. Oh, no, it's on Temple.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting call there. Yeah, there was a kid that played the drums from the UK. Yeah.
Interesting. Shout out my friend Gabriel Linnington. He's a Owl Sports Update anchor.
All right. I know Owl Sports Update loves these foreign student athletes. 50,000 stories on any student athlete they could find from another country.
Absolutely. Now we focus back to the game. Temple hopefully looking like they're going on the counterattack
That
here.
pass is a little bit behind. Gives FAU a chance to
Hail
regroup.
Mary.
There's a long ball to Sherry Atkins, and she overruns it. It's
It looks
a bad
like
ball.
the game plan is to give the ball to Atkins, but I mean, when you're just Hail Marying it up to her every time, like, you can have Justin Jefferson, but if you throw it up to him every time, he's not going to catch the ball.
And the delivery is not great either. You don't have Aaron Rodgers kicking the ball.
Exactly. So, I mean, come on. Like, let's get some people some chances here.
FAU winger goes down. The play is stopped. Not sure if there's a foul. I don't know how she went down.
It appears there's an injured player, possibly, so the ref is looking to give her some time to recover. But, I mean, that actually really hurts Temple there because Temple is going to go on the counterattack there.
Yeah, it does. And I'm not sure if there's a foul call. It didn't look like a foul to me. It wasn't called a foul by the
Yeah.
referee, but stoppages play as she's down on the ground.
Yeah, I think the ref just wanted to make sure that there wasn't a significant injury. And now it looks like she's up on her feet, which is or about to get up on her feet. There we go.
She's limping a little bit,
yeah.
walking gingerly.
Unfortunately it looks like we have a substitute. I'm not sure if it is for that specific player. She's just running it off now. That's good for her. But that actually hurts Temple because now FAU has a chance to regroup.
I wonder if it'll be a dropped ball and FAU just gives it back to Temple.
Possibly. Let's see what the ref calls for here. It looks like a throw-in, actually. Yeah. It's going to be a throw-in.
Oh, no,
a
it is
drop
a drop ball.
You're
Yep.
right.
That's a good call by the ref there.
It is, and now Temple is going to actually fight against the established FAU defense besides them going on the counterattack.
Surprised that didn't go out for a throw and barely keeping it in. FAU able to regroup, and they're going to go all the way back, built from the back like I mentioned before.
Yep.
And then Stella Rubidale looking for a pass. Finds one right up the middle. Can she get a turn?
Backwards pass.
Off the back heel looking for a through ball. Would have been a cheeky play if there was someone there.
Absolutely. And what it looks like to me is this Temple team only likes to attack the right corner side. FAU doesn't care. They just want to attack either
Bino
corner.
with the patience. Calm, cool, and collected. Cool as a cucumber, cool as you like.
Yeah, and that, I mean, a foul called finally on FAU, which is what Temple wants at this point. But, I mean, Danny, would you agree to me that FAU is not afraid to attack either side?
No, not at all. It's been a very equal attack. Up the left wing, up the right wing, and they've had their most efficient attacks, I believe, right up the middle.
Absolutely, but it looks like Temple, which another Hail Mary pass is just turned over. They're only attacking that right corner, which has to be the game plan.
They consistently are going back to that right wing. I'm still unsure because it hasn't worked out so far. I would have liked some more up the middle
I
play.
mean, if I'm being honest, their best attack was up the middle with Bino kicking it in. But then when it wasn't Bino, it was Phoebe Holland. They were attacking the left side and actually found success.
I think their most efficient attack is going to be coming down the wings and playing some balls through the middle.
Absolutely. That was a great defensive stop from Phoebe Holland, by the way.
I agree. And Sherry Atkins are going to get to that ball. She does get a touch, but there is FAU defenders back.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was actually on number 10, Yao Zhu for Temple there. She just let the ball get by her, and it was the pass to her, and she unfortunately did not have a good touch on that one. I mean, now we're just in the chaos zone. We can't really say much about it because the chaos zone is so hard, so many turnovers.
It's almost a stalemate right now. No one really pressuring too much as there's 2.5 minutes left in this half.
Yeah, honestly, it went by a little bit quick for me, but I mean, that's because we've seen some action-packed
Here's a through
play.
ball. That's Haley Santiago. We've called her name a couple times. That's going to be out for a goal kick.
Yep, great play by Bino, too. She faked touching it so nobody would go into the box, and it ended up going out of bounds, so now it's just going to be a goal kick. That's she's a sophomore, but she carries herself like a veteran, I would say.
Yeah.
Number 33, Madison.
Some substitutions here on this chilly night on North Broad Street.
Yeah, number 33 for FAU. Pulling out the old roster sheet, we have...
Old-fashioned over here, huh?
I know, right? Madison Volante coming in for FAU. She is a sophomore midfielder from Boca Raton.
There's a through ball, but that's going to be called offsides every time. Called offsides is number 25 for Temple, Carly Steinberg. We've mentioned her before as well.
Absolutely. And, I mean, look at how many people FAU brought in already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like 6 people off the bench for FAU so far, while over for Temple, only 4, which is, I would say, pretty even. But, I mean, it looks like FAU's not afraid to bring in fresh legs.
Seems like they have the depth to do it as well.
Absolutely. I mean, when you're a better program than Temple this year, at least for this season, you're going to be able to rely on your backups more often.
Speaking of, you mentioned FAU player from Boca Raton. Here's the through ball. And the Boca Raton Owls looking to cross it in. There's a cross.
Good regroup
Open
there. There's
shot.
the new player.
Remaining in the
And that's going to be collected by Bino. You think they have Owls over in Florida?
I don't know. I'm not sure. That'd be interesting.
There's Yao Zhu playing it forward to
1
Sherry
minute
Atkins.
remaining, by the way. Let's see if Sherry
with a
Atkins can
minute
do
left.
this.
Cutting it inside. Oh, just dispossessed right at the end.
See, that's unfortunate because if Sherry Atkins is going to be your number 1 player, at least have a number 2 to back her up.
Yeah.
Right there, she was all by
She
herself.
was alone. It's unfortunate with 30 seconds left to play in this first half.
FAU looking to potentially put a point on the board, but unfortunately that is going to go straight to Bino.
I was going to say, I'd much rather be in Boca Raton right now. I'd love to call the game at Boca Raton.
I bet commentating that game would be much better because we wouldn't be freezing.
Yeah. With a pina colada in hand.
Ooh, that would be nice, right? 10 seconds now. It would probably be bright out, too.
Yeah.
9,
And there starts the countdown in the chaos zone, like you mentioned before. I think Temple will let this ball roll, and they probably will just take this in at halftime.
Yeah, they don't want to risk anything, and that is halftime. Your final score going into the second half is going to be 1-0.
Interesting half, to say the least. Temple had a couple opportunities, but FAU, in the end of that half, taking advantage.
If you look at the stat sheet, you would say it's a really even game, but when you watch the game, you obviously know that FAU has had the upper hand for most of the game, possession-wise. But Temple putting together a couple attacks, just unfortunately none of them found the back of the net.
I agree. It's a couple offsides calls we've noticed. A lot of people trying
Yeah.
to get those through balls going and just overrunning that back line.
Hopefully Temple comes back out from halftime with another game plan, and hopefully that game plan isn't just chucking up Hail Marys. Hopefully they actually build from the back and give somebody else an opportunity, because I know Sherry Atkins might be your number 1 option, but if your number 1 option isn't scoring, give someone else the light.
You need to have more coordinated attacks.
Absolutely.
With the entire team and not just rely on one player outpacing another.
Absolutely, but I mean, that will do it for us going into halftime, right, Danny?
Yep, we will see in the second half if Temple could equalize or even win the game. All right, welcome back to North Philadelphia, North Broad Street. Temple Owls down 1-0 coming into the second half to the Florida Atlanta FAU Owls.
There you go, restart. Yeah, there you go.
We just got to go with the FAU instead of Florida Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what happened there. I'm all over the place. It's 1-0 the FAU Owls versus the Temple Owls. They're trying to claw their way back in. Interesting first half, to say the least.
Very interesting. And I mean, if you can hear in the background, they're playing the Rocky music, and it feels that way. It feels like right now Temple's taking on a giant, and they have to try to slay the beast. But I mean, it's only 1-0 realistically.
Yeah, and I got my my Temple women's soccer T-shirt during the halftime break. Score that, John.
Absolutely.
And that's what they got to do. They got to score that, John. They got to play from the back. I want to see a premeditated attack. I want them to know what they're doing when they're bringing the ball upfield. I want it to be a planned attack, coordinated attack. They need to work as a team to get it all up and not just rely on one big through ball to try to have Sherry Atkins break loose.
Absolutely, and it looks like, I'm pretty sure, Danny, correct me if I'm wrong, Temple's going with a new goalkeeper. It looks like they took Bino out of the game.
Is that, I got to see.
I'm pretty sure they took Bino out of the game. I think that's a different goalkeeper for them. It's not officially in our live stat sheet just yet, but I'm pretty sure they're just taking her out. It is her?
Number 1, it should be. It's Bino.
Is it Bino?
It is still Bino.
Okay, never mind. I'm on something else, I guess. I was just looking at her from a different angle, I guess. The light was hitting me. Of course, their backup goalkeeper is a freshman, so that's why I thought they would potentially give her an opportunity. Angel Gould from Harrisburg, PA, but we are still with Bino. I mean, she's been doing a pretty good job so far this game.
One of the best goalkeepers in the AAC. I'm glad they didn't take her out.
Absolutely. I mean, this one we start out here in the second half. It's only 1-0, so Temple still has a fighting shot. Unfortunately, do you think their team is good enough to come back in this game?
I think they are, and I think if they play together as a team, as cliche as it may sound, they can make an attack together. That ball will not do it for Temple. That's collected by FAU as they clear it out. Very Temple-esque there from the FAU Owls. Sherry Atkins is going to keep it in bounds. That is overrun there by number 6, Caroline Ostergaard.
Yep, and of course
that hits the referee.
Yep, both sides are the referee shouting out a little bit. Just trying to make a joke of that one. Of course, at halftime, both sides swap sides. So now we have on our left side, it is Temple's defense, and on the right side for us, we have FAU's defense. FAU's goalies in the black, and we have Bino with Temple in the green, the neon green.
One of the biggest things I'd say is that Temple's very lucky to be still in this game.
Absolutely.
2 shots from FAU that hit the crossbar, hit the upright, and it would be 3-0 if they were just inches inside. They should feel very fortunate that this is just a 1-goal game, and they definitely could come back and not only tie but even win it with all this time that's left. And now they're on the attack, and there's pretty reckless foul there from FAU. Not going to be a booking there.
Absolutely, and I mean, we were talking before the break. If you look at the stat sheet, it looks like a pretty even game, but of course we know, and if you listened with us, FAU has had the advantage with possession, but I mean, Temple is still in it and not really letting this game get away from them.
They're going to try probably a long cross here. They do have a player on the left wing to maybe advance it, then cross.
Yep, Phoebe Holland here on the free kick.
And there's a good ball in, and that's going to be collected.
Ooh.
Oh, it's bobbled, and it is collected by Lexi Gonzalez.
Yeah, I mean, great positioning there for the goalkeeper. It looked like there was a shot potentially from number 25 for Temple. That's Carly Steinberg. It looked like she potentially either got a leg or like a head on it. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, she directed the ball towards the goal. But it was a great save by Gonzalez.
Yeah, and that kind of pressure created an opportunity there. You know, you got the goalkeeper to bobble it. You never know what could come from that. It could take a bad bounce, an unlucky roll even, and any touch could lead it going into the back of the net. So that's the kind of pressure that Temple needs to continue to apply as FAU is bringing it down the left side. There's the cross in. It is blocked, kept in bounds, and not anymore. That'll be a corner kick for the FAU Owls.
Yeah, I mean, that was all number 54. Leila Etamati for FAU, I mean, that's a defensive player, and she pretty much took that all by herself and even tried to cross it into the box. So that was a great move from the defenseman.
Here's the cross. They have a player short. That's Michelle Horn. They might play it short, though. Unsure.
They've done it before,
They've
so
done it a couple times so far. They've had, 4 or 5 corners to this point. I think they've done it 2 or 3 times. They're going to elect to go for the full cross there. It's headed away by Temple. Temple trying to break free, and that's going to get blown dead. That'll be a foul on FAU. I'm surprised she didn't play the advantage there, the referee.
yeah, very interesting, but I think it's because it looked like Temple potentially would have just gave the ball up right away. Michelle Horn, once again, on that foul. And, I mean, she's been all over the field. I mean, she started out on this left side. She's all the way on the other left side of the field, so she's been running.
Yeah. Oh, there's a good ball into Atkins. That's a terrible touch.
Man, she fell to her knees off that touch. She must have, like, slipped on the ball or something, because that would have been a one-on-one opportunity there if she
Yeah.
put the shot up.
Would have been a great look there. Bino with a great quick play. Heads up there to find the open Lady Owl on the left wing.
Yeah, I mean, it's very early here in the first quarter. We're only second half for 5 minutes in, but, I mean, that was their best opportunity so far into the second half. In this game, yeah, it was a one-on-one opportunity that Atkins unfortunately just tripped on. And now Atkins has another chance.
And there's a good move to turn away the pressure. FAU tries to clear it out. Sherry Atkins collects the ball.
If
She's going to
Temple-
take it out to the right wing. She's driving in. Maybe looking for a foul. I don't know. She kind of left her leg out a little bit. Maybe looking for a cross. Brings it in. And that'll be a clearance from FAU. And that'll be Riley Wilpolt to collect it.
Yeah, bad cross from Sherry Atkins there. I mean, you got to try to put some air underneath it, and she unfortunately kept it on the ground.
And that time a little too much air by Sherry Atkins. That one goes over. And that'll be blown dead for a foul on the Temple Owls. It'll be a free kick from right outside the penalty area for the Florida Atlantic Owls.
Yeah,
On their own side.
Absolutely. I mean, if Atkins is like considered your best player, she's got to be able to put some sort of shot up. And unfortunately, in this game, she really hasn't put it up.
Temple
any.
recollects. A little lucky. Referee missed a handball call, and that is a wasted opportunity.
Yep.
Soars over the top bar. No, again, these wasted opportunities are
Absolutely.
They're getting a little
And,
frustrating.
I mean, looking at the stats here, just bringing them up, Shari Atkins, she is your best player. 3 goals on the season. She leads the team, but when you lead the team with 3 goals and the number 2 scorer has 2 goals while the rest of the team has 1, how much of a advantage or how much of like more star power do you really have compared to the rest of the team?
Yeah, they gotta try to create. I think goals from players other than Zhao or Atkins are really huge because that'll be their best plan of attack. Of course, it's great
Absolutely.
when they can come through and score as your best players, as your big names on this squad. But if you get somebody else to get involved, maybe like a Steinberg to get a goal, it would pay dividends for this team. There's a great cross, just mistouched. That'll go back for a goal kick
And
for FAU.
Here's the thing, too. I mean, Atkins and Yao Zhu, 3 goals and 2 goals respectively, top 2 on the team. They're the only ones with multiple goals in this team. They played every single game besides Atkins missing 1, but they're starters. If you look at the players that only have 1 goal, I mean, Carly Steinberg off the bench has only started 3 games. She has a goal. And then Raquel Patalon also has 1 goal. So it's like, if your bench players are outscoring your starters, why not give them a chance to start more often?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's a tactic thing. I think that's the biggest issue.
It
with
is
this
because
Temple team.
we said last quarter or last half that Steinberg came off the bench and played 23 minutes. So maybe that is the plan, to have a good player come off the bench. But if it's not working, you got to change it up at some point. As that's a throw in here for FAU now. FAU looking to go on the attack, but Temple looks like there's a bit more urgency starting off this half.
Yeah, they definitely. I'd like to see a little bit more of the high press we saw at the end of that first half, keeping a high line, having some midfielders and attackers press these defenders as they're trying to clear it. And there's a big clearance from
Oh my
Bino.
goodness, that's a great leg on a Bino.
And what a touch there.
Yeah, double
Another
touch.
great touch.
And that's a pass to Atkins. I mean, that's the best touch I've seen Temple have all day.
Yeah, and it's wasted by Atkins.
Unfortunately,
Samaya
yes.
Togba was the one with those beautiful touches there.
Yeah, she kicked it up to herself and then headbutted it to Shari Atkins. So that was beautiful to watch. It was really nicely done. Unfortunately, now FAU's on the counterattack.
Yeah, and they swing it outside to the right wing. They're going to look for a cross.
That's
relatively soon. They
the name
make
of the
it in.
game.
It's a great move, and it's saved by Bino.
I
Does
mean-
a great job jumping on it.
That was number 10, Michelle Horan, who just absolutely megged the defender. It went
Yeah.
through her leg. So, I mean, Horan's been everywhere, but Temple now looks to potentially get something going.
Sherry Atkins needs to look for a pass. There it is. She plays it back. Trying to build from the back. This is what I've been saying I want to see. If they could switch it to the left side, I think that'd pay dividends.
Absolutely, but it seems like they most likely and most often get impatient and just throw up that Hail Mary pass like we've been saying all
Yeah,
game. And they're
there's a bad ball
Yeah.
intended for Atkins. Atkins does tap it loose, but
yeah,
unable to
unfortunately,
keep possession.
that wasn't the Hail Mary
Oh, there's
pass.
a through ball. There could be a one-on-one for FAU.
If she's left-footed, potentially.
And there's the right. Try to bend it in and just hits it. That'll be wide significantly, but a great run there.
Yeah, I mean, Michelle Horan, once again, we said her name. It seemed, if I said while on the attack, if she was left-footed, that would have been an easier shot for her. But unfortunately, she had to turn her entire body around to put that shot up, and that's why it didn't go on target. But, I mean, going back to that last possession from Temple, they didn't put the Hail Mary shot up, but they just did a bad pass.
Yeah, just right up the gut, and then couldn't find an open player. There's a great touch. Sherry Atkins is going to take it over. That's a good move. Fancy footwork there from Sherry Atkins.
It's interesting
With a
how
great turn.
Yeah, it's interesting how far back Atkins was there because she is a forward on this team, way up to the corner now.
And she takes it all the way from the back herself, all the way to the opposing corner of the field. And that might go out for a corner kick. It'll be called a goal kick.
Wow. I mean, Atkins, who is the main scorer on this team, the main weapon, and she's all the way out here playing defense. I don't know if that's in the game plan for her to be that back this far, or if that's just what she wants to do and how hard she hustles.
She might be playing in the role of like a false nine or a midfielder.
Yeah.
I don't know, because she was pretty far back to try to receive the ball. But one thing I've noticed with her is that she's not a pass first kind of girl.
She wants to do it herself, which
Yeah.
sometimes can be good, but also sometimes can hurt you.
Yep, 100% agree. But right now, Temple trying to do anything to get
Great
a goal.
moves.
Here's a shot, and forces a great save. That's a shot on target for Togba.
I mean,
Sumaya Togba. That is number 20.
Togba's touches have been absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
She put up that shot, which I'm not mad she put up that shot. It's a good shot
great
there.
shot.
But that's like their only shot they shot from midfield.
Yeah. From outside the area. It was a long ball, and it was a great attempt.
Absolutely. If she had more finesse on it, she would have very easily been able to fit it in there.
Yeah. And they're trying the through ball here. Temple down the left flank. It's going to go out for an FAU throw-in.
Wow. I mean, Temple isn't built around the through balls. I think that's why they keep doing the Hail Mary balls, because they just want to try to chuck one up and see if you can get a one-on-one opportunity. But the thing is, it's like right now their sense of urgency is so good and so much more than the first half that it looks like they're actually starting to get some pretty good touches and looks from the everybody on the team.
And you mentioned Carly Steinberg minutes off the bench. Right now she's been in for 30 minutes.
Already
off
more
the
than
bench.
last game.
Yep. And there's a good through ball by FAU. There's a touch. And it'll get cleared away by Temple. The header can't control it. FAU is going to hit it out for a Temple throw.
Yeah, that's huge for Temple there because they were on the FAU was on the counterattack there, and now that it goes out of bounds, it gives both teams a chance to reset, but mainly Temple because
They were on their heels there.
Absolutely, and also Temple, if they go down another goal, I don't see them potentially coming back or having the willpower to come back. They need to keep it a 1-0 game here.
Yep, I 100% agree. And right now, looking for a chance to equalize. Sherry Atkins making a run. That's a long shot. I'm not quite sure what she's doing there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. There was a attacker, like open for the through ball or the cross, and she just took the shot instead. I think right there's a great example of this team trying to play hero ball, where they want to try to make it happen on their own instead of make it happen with the team.
Sometimes they just got to slow it down.
Absolutely, and I think that's their problem. They're very impatient when it comes to attacking.
Yep. Right now, FAU looking for a patient attack. Look how they bring it back. Look how they'll pass it and completely reset
Absolutely.
with their defenders. That's what we need to see more of out of Temple.
Absolutely. I mean, if you want to talk about patience, FAU is the definition of it. I mean, they'll keep the ball on the other side of the field for the whole game until they finally get that shot,
And
which happened this game.
They get an interception in the final third. Temple able to recollect. They're playing for a through ball. And Togba will just out-muscle the FAU defender.
That was
but
interesting
loses the
there.
ball after.
Yeah, Togba loses the ball, but she was actually looking for the foul, and instead of going for the ball, she was trying to show the ref that she wanted the foul.
Playing it to the left side. There's a cross in by FAU. Collected by Bino once again. Another great save out of her.
Yeah, great save. I mean, Togba there was just looking for the foul, and unfortunately, it wasn't given to her.
Here's a long ball for Togba.
Does she get there though?
She's outpacing, outmuscling.
She,
Oh, that'll probably be a card.
yeah, time has stopped, and we'll see what the ref decides. Most likely a yellow.
I think that that will be a yellow card.
Yeah,
Presented into the book.
Unfortunately, it is deserved. It was a one-on-one opportunity. It looked like Togba, like you said, did have the pace there, but unfortunately, the touch went behind her, and then after that, she just tried to slide, get the ball, and unfortunately slid right into the defender.
Yeah, gets no ball, catches off foot. It's
Yeah.
a yellow card every time.
Every single time. There was no, I don't think there was any ill intent behind it, but I mean, unfortunately, that's just how it goes when you're in a one-on-one opportunity. It's either feet or ball every time.
Yep. And Temple able to. Oh, they lose it again. FAU on a counterattack.
It's interesting because it looked like they won that 50-50
Oh,
as well.
the ball is staying in. There's a cross in. There's a shot and into the side.
Yep, miss
I was saying,
shot off target there.
Looked like a goal for just a second.
It did. From this angle, it definitely did. But, I mean, Danny, it looked like Temple won that 50-50. How did they give it up so fast?
Just bad ball, bad touch, giving it away way too easy. No one's open for the support. It's just an unfortunate play there for Temple.
Yeah.
They're able to stay within punching range.
Absolutely, and very unfortunately for Temple as well. It doesn't seem like they have that number one handler for the team. That when they get the ball, they're not going to give it up. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they have that person.
Love for these police sirens to stop. We're kind of busy here.
I mean, you're welcome to Philly, as maybe that will help Temple get potentially a goal.
No place like home. There's the cross in. Atkins hits it over the net. I think she was offsides anyways. Yes, she was.
She was, but that was the closest Temple has gotten to the net. And unfortunately, she was going for the crossbar challenge and still failed.
Despite her being offsides, she needs to convert that. That is point blank range.
Yeah, exactly. Even though she was offsides and the goal wouldn't have counted, that should end up at least in the back of the net. Or it should have at least made contact with the goalie. You can't somehow shoot it. I don't even know how she made it over the net, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
That was impressive. It was impressive that she got it over the net without making contact whatsoever with the net or the goalie.
Yeah. I agree.
30 minutes.
Goal kick.
Yeah, 30 minutes here to go in the second half. Temple, I'm not going to say they're out of it because their urgency's there. They just need to start putting up shots, which unfortunately, I mean, they have 10 shots and 7 shots on goal, but it doesn't seem like it.
And right now, FAU is feeling this pressure. As Sherry Atkins wins it in the final third.
That's
There's
number 6.
a cross in.
Caroline Ostergaard.
And there's a good cross right across the face of the goal, but no one is there. That's a huge issue.
That was Togba on the cross, and unfortunately, I think Togba, who normally plays on the left side, she was on the right side this time, and nobody was there to fill in her spot.
I wonder if the issue there is that she's playing out of position.
I think so, but I think she also needed to be there because no one else would have been in that spot anyway.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, it was just a lot of miscommunication everywhere, which when there's miscommunication in one spot, that means there's usually another spot to follow.
Togba is still on the right, playing that right wing position, so I wonder if formation was changed up or if there's miscommunication about the formation. Right now, it looks like Sherry Atkins is on the left wing.
Yeah.
And now we have
very interesting.
Togba on the right wing.
Yeah,
So
it looks like they
switching things up.
swapped, which, I mean, I don't hate it, but I mean, I think Togba on that left side was actually working.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder if they want to continue
Oh,
to...
substitution for Togba.
Number 15, Yasmin Smith.
That's Yasmin Smith coming in for Togba. So it looks like Togba they wanted to get her out of the game, so I guess it didn't matter where she was playing.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is a energy conserving move or like a potential punishment for playing out of position.
not quite sure what's happening.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, Togba, the senior, you wouldn't think the senior would be playing out of position, would you?
Yeah, I do think that it was intentional that she was on the right wing. But
Absolutely, but I mean,
unsure why there was such a sudden change.
I'm not sure why she was instantly taken out. I feel like the only time Temple's had a chance to score is when she was in the game. I mean, fortunately for Temple, they're bringing in fresh legs. Yasmin Smith is coming in, and she hasn't played in this game yet, so she's making her her game debut, if you will. Very, very fresh legs this late into the game.
Yeah. Especially, you're getting to a point where
it's do or die for Temple, I would say. I mean, if you can only have like 3 or 4 more good possessions to run the clock down, but also get shots up.
Yep, and here's Temple trying to get it inside. FAU can't quite clear it, and this is what I like. I like this reset. Try to spread out the field. It's very congested right now in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And using the wings, I think, is very good. It'll be a throw in FAU's throwing.
Man, that actually really sucks for Temple because they had a really good attack going. They had really good positioning, but now they have to reset everything they just built.
They do win the ball back in the final third.
Yeah, but unfortunately with that reset, that means they don't have as many attackers up.
Yeah. Right now, they are doing a really good job with this high press. I've liked this a lot. FAU folding a couple of pressures on a couple of these balls right here.
I mean, it's like the roles almost switched going into halftime. Temple is now pushing up tempo and staying on FAU's side of the field while it was the opposite in the first half.
Yeah, but I will say this. FAU can be a lot more calm about it with this one goal
Absolutely.
lead.
And now, I mean, Temple now struggling to try to get them out of their own
Oh, bad
start.
50-50 ball.
Yeah, Temple struggling right now to get them out of their own defense, but, I mean, the player on the ground for FAU is looking for a foul. That was number 6, Olivia Borey.
That's an ill-advised touch, I think. I'm not sure if that was her trying to dribble around the defender or trying to make a pass right there. That's number 15 for Temple. Her name is, she's not on here.
Jasmine Smith.
Oh,
they're
Jasmine
the fresh
Smith.
legs.
Yep,
2 minutes
just
into the game.
mentioned.
But, I mean, going back to the attacker for FAU that wanted to get that foul call there, that was Olivia Borey, the sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida. A lot of homegrown talent, it seems, for this Florida team.
With a lot of Florida colleges, seems.
Yeah,
Same with football, I'd say.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
right now, we just mentioned the fresh legs. Yasmin Smith making an impact.
Yeah, but unfortunately, she just turned the ball over as soon as she touched that ball.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's the name of the game for Temple so far. They get 1 or 2 touches, and then they just turn the ball over. It's rough to see because you know that if they don't turn the ball over, they have a good attack. But unfortunately, they just don't ever get to that point.
And right now, Temple trying to maintain possession and get an organized attack. It's not going to work out here as FAU wins a throw. And
If I were a part of either of those teams, I would hate sitting on the bench right now because it is freezing out, and this is probably the coldest it's been all year for us. And they are just sitting. I mean, imagine how the Florida people feel, like playing in Florida every day. They're probably extremely cold right now.
I'm thinking about my toes in the sand now.
I mean, right now it feels like Temple would have the advantage playing in a colder climate, but I mean, it looks like FAU's perfectly fine with what they're doing.
Has been significantly colder in the second half, though, I will say. So.
And FAU's been significantly worse, I would say.
Yeah.
They really haven't put up any shots since the first half, maybe one.
Right now, they're just trying to hold the ball, trying to chew off some clock.
Yeah, I mean, there's 25 minutes. There really isn't any reason to try to play keep away right now, but I mean, if Temple doesn't go for the ball, then that's their decision.
Sherry Atkins collects it. There's a through ball to Steinberg. Can Steinberg outpace?
Man.
She can't. Oh, that forces a very, very quick clearance from Lexi Gonzalez. That is the FAU goal.
Yeah, that was number 17, Fiona Killian, who couldn't keep pace there. And
There's Zhao trying to play it with a little back heel flick. It's going to go out for a goal kick.
Yep,
There'll be
and
some substitutions here for FAU.
And I mean, this is what I was talking about. FAU, they were running up and down the sideline, but that can only do so much. I bet these two people coming in are very, very cold right now, and then now they have to start moving around.
Yeah, got to get warm. Got to get used to this intense scenario right now we have in this game. There's just such a high press here from the midfielders and the forwards here. for
Absolutely.
Temple.
And I mean, if they, I would say right now, since they're cold, they're probably a little stiff. Now's the time to try to attack if they're a little bit, like, they have to get loose out there, especially if they're entering the game for the first time. At least for the first time in a while. And there is one of the new people right away. So, I mean, the ball finds you.
And looking for a foul.
Nothing.
Not going to get it. That's a good no call by the referee.
Oh, number 8 for FAU's arguing, too. That's Drew Dempsey, who started this game off the bench. She was trying to argue with the ref there, and unfortunately, that's not what you want to really do because now you might be on her bad list.
Right now, Sherry Atkins trying to protect the ball in the corner.
And it looks like she's trying to play
Maybe
hero
even
ball.
win a corner. And it's going to be out for a goal kick.
You just can't do that when you're Atkins. I mean, I know you're being swarmed as there's a defensive substitute or a substitute here for Temple, but if you're Atkins, you just got to try to get rid of that one. I mean, she was trying to do too much, I think. It's a 2-on-1.
Here's a substitute for Temple.
Yep, number 17 coming in.
That's Fiona Killian coming in.
Yep, welcome back, Fiona Killian. She did start this game.
She's played 45 minutes so far, so got her little bit of rest on the bench.
Yep, I mean Fiona Killian, the junior from New York coming in. So making her travels down a little bit south to Philadelphia. And she is the starter one of the starters at midfield. And she's instantly in the action.
You know a thing or two about that trip on the I-95, huh?
I've actually only taken it once in my car. And it was a fun time. I got honked at instantly when I made it into New York.
Thompson Bino.
Yeah, that was over the summer.
There's a good clearance. Trying to get it through.
Yeah, Yasmin Smith on the attack, but unfortunately she just isn't able to overpower the defender and get by her.
Playing from the back is FAU. Looking to attack, it looks like. She does have a pass open right up the middle of the field.
Missed
she goes
it, though.
For an ill-advised left wing through ball. That's just going to roll all the way into the box for Bino to collect.
Unfortunately, Drew Dempsey there on the left side was the only lady over there, but she stopped, so she wasn't expecting the through ball there.
I just think it was an ill-advised pass. She did have a pass open right up the middle of the field.
I think Dempsey knew she shouldn't have passed it to her, so when she stopped, she wasn't expecting the ball to come her way at all.
Yeah.
Now it looks like a free kick opportunity here for Temple around midfield.
Taken relatively quickly right down the left wing.
Yeah,
And
Phoebe
it's gonna
Holland.
Go straight to an FAU defender.
Yeah, that's rough. But, I mean, she
Gonna
kicks it
kick
right out of bounds. So now it's Temple's ball. So, it might have not been Temple's plan, but hey, it worked out for him, right? Moved up a little bit.
Yeah, the FAU defender trying to kick it off of the Temple attacker to get FAU throw in.
And it looked like Temple, another quick throw in there, but it actually goes against them. And FAU now looking to potentially be on the counterattack. It's just back and forth right now.
FAU Temple getting the ball back. Down the left wing, there's a through ball to no one really.
No.
I think that's Steinberg who does end up getting to it.
Eventually, but
It was a 50-50 ball.
Yeah, and it wasn't really that good of a through ball. And now they're fighting for potential possession when it gets kicked out of bounds.
Sherry Atkins loses possession. It gets cleared up by FAU. Temple playing around. This is the kind of stuff I like to see, but she can't keep it in bounds.
At that point,
it is still in bounds.
It is still in bounds. At that point, you got to let it out because you're just passing it to the other team.
Yeah,
and now there's nobody else on this side of the field for Temple, so they're gonna have a field day here.
There's a free through ball right there to number 8 for FAU.
Yep, that's Dempsey.
Dempsey able to cut back inside. What a move! Looking for the shot, and Bino will collect it.
Very good goal, very good goalkeeping from Bino. That's her 5th save of the game, and I mean she's looked good today, and that was really good. She sat down on it, made sure it didn't go through her legs, corralled it, and now she's holding the ball for her team to reset basically. That was a good counter attack from FAU, but unfortunately they ran into a brick wall in Bino, who has been pretty good so far. That's actually her 6th save of the game.
Yeah, having a great season too as well.
Absolutely.
Been under a lot of pressure with this defense, letting a lot of shots go through, but continuing to show.
Absolutely. I mean, Bino started 15 games, 95 saves in those 15 games.
Here's a through ball once again.
Dempsey.
To Drew Dempsey. She's going to look to cut in, I assume. There it is. And now the Temple defense adjusting, knowing that she likes that right foot.
That was very, very good defensive placement there from the defender. I believe, looking at it, that is
for a corner kick.
Number 7 for Temple on the defense there. That is Riley Wilpole, the freshman, with that great defensive move. Like you said, made it to where she had to turn her body, but staying inside so she couldn't shoot the ball. That's a veteran type move right there. But, I mean, for Bino this season, 95 saves in 15 games. She averages 2.7 goals against, which, I mean, when the other team's putting up a lot of shots. Like, that's pretty good.
Because she still has a save percentage of over 70%.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's not on her.
Yeah, she only let up 38 goals. But the thing is, that's more than 2 goals a game. But if you're taking on that many shots to put up 2 goals a game, that's crazy.
Right now, Temple looking to counterattack. Looking to switch it, maybe. They're going to play it back. They're going to play it on a through ball to Sherry Atkins. Sherry Atkins doesn't look like she'll be able to get to it.
No.
Maybe she will. Another quick clearance from the FAU goalkeeper, Lexi Gonzalez.
Very, very quick turnaround here. From that cross, that was number 3. That was Jessica Wallace on the cross to Sherry Atkins there.
Another quick clearance. Looks like it'll be a Temple throw once again.
The throw-in for Temple now, number 7, That is Riley Whippolt.
Big throw in there, right into the box. And it looks like it'll be out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I mean, it's rough. Substitute here for FAU, but I mean, both sides pretty much coming to a stalemate right now on offense and defense. There hasn't really been a shot on goal in, I would say, about 10, 15 minutes now. So we're hoping that there's a bit more action, but I mean, this is like their third goal kick of the half.
Yeah, the high press has definitely paid dividends for Temple, but not quite enough to get that equalizing goal to make it a 1-1.
Yeah, they just don't have the game plan to try to get that good shot to fall. But maybe they can change it around in the last 17 minutes here.
Would be their 10th goal of the season, as I've noted it.
Yeah, 9
Would
goals.
be a big one.
And like I said, there's only been total scoring on this team 6 goal scorers. So you can very easily have someone brand new to the goal this season score. If they would allow them. I'm not sure what their game plan is to like let those people take shots. But I mean, if they're on target, you might as well let them take it.
Yep. Right now, FAU looking to counterattack. They
Entering
have
the chaos zone.
speedy defender, Lisa Furre.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of.
Now, Temple playing from the back.
Yeah, just giving it back and forth right now in the chaos zone. Very hard to try to keep track of what's happening. There's the fresh legs, Yasmin Smith.
Not so fresh anymore now. 11 minutes into the game.
Yeah. The freshest legs
Looks
actually.
like a shot.
Looks like the live stats is a little bit wrong because Phoebe Holland says only played 8 minutes, but I feel like she's played the whole game.
Yeah, not sure what's going on with that one. But Riley Whippolt, defender, and Sherry Atkins, the forward, both playing. It says 71 minutes right here.
Yeah, I mean, Ironmen on the team so far for this game.
There's a one-on-one opportunity. FAU with an open net. They're going to kick it
Score.
in. That might just seal it. They might have just sealed the game with 15 minutes left to play, taking it right around Tamsin Bino for an open net goal to make it 2-0.
FAU goal scored by number 27.
Number 27, Haley Santiago. She came in earlier into this game, and now she scored a goal for FAU to put them up by 2.
With a great move to just get past Bino.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Bino actually looks a bit shaken up. That's unfortunate because she's obviously been the best player on this team. But the thing is, it's Temple defense in the first half wasn't playing that far up. This time they were very far up, and then Santiago was able to go one-on-one with Bino, broke Bino's legs, and now was able to do the one-on-one because there was a defender behind her, but there was no one in net. If she missed that goal, that would have been awful. All she had to do was put it on net.
Yep.
But they are actually calling the trainer out now for Bino, so hopefully she didn't break her legs literally.
Still down.
Yeah, you never want to see it with your
10-2.
goalkeeper because your goalkeeper usually is the player that stays in for most of the game.
Yeah, it looks like she's cringing in pain right now.
Yeah, there was some contact on that one-on-one opportunity, that situation. So they could have crossed legs, and unfortunately Santiago could have just came out more unscathed than Bino. Because Bino did try to fall into the ball, and I mean, I wouldn't be very confused or can't find the right word for it, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if like she contacted knees or if her knee got stepped on or leg got stepped on at all.
I think one big takeaway personally, not to knock a girl while she's down.
Yeah.
I think that was an ill-advised decision to
Absolutely.
come out so far.
She needed to stay in the box there.
Yeah, and then maybe, pressure the attacker a little bit later as she gets closer to the goal. Of course, the defense doing her no favors with that one-on-one opportunity.
The thing is, where she is laying on the ground right now, which then again we pray that she is not hurt whatsoever. You can't even, when you're a goalkeeper, you can't even touch the ball with your hands that far out.
That's what happened. She tossed herself towards the ball.
Exactly.
Feet first.
Yeah.
Almost like a slide tackling defender, trying to get that ball out.
And when you have your goalkeeper going feet first instead of hands first, you never want that to happen.
Yeah.
That's their biggest weapon, their hands. They're the only people on the pitch that can actually use their hands.
Yeah, so I just think it was an ill-advised decision by Bino.
Absolutely. And I think if Bino would redo it again, she would definitely stay in the box because she also had to realize that it would have been a one-on-one opportunity. And instead of coming out and eliminating her hands from play. What she could have done is stay in the box and potentially do a fair 50-50 shot from both sides.
I think she just was a little too early. As she's up on her feet,
Yep, she deserves a definitely a round of claps there because that's really hard. And she's staying in the game. I mean, look at Temple's backup goalkeeper. Like I actually mentioned before, that is Angel Gould. She is a freshman, so I'm not sure if you really want your freshman to go back out there. She did actually take off all of her warm-up gear, but now it looks like Bino's staying in the game. She is taking a little bit of a gingerly stroll right now around the box. But good for her that she's actually up, walking around, and it looks like she wants to stay in the game.
yeah, she's touching that right shin and ankle area.
Yeah, I think,
Not sure if she rolled up on it on that slide.
if
or
I'm being
what
honest,
happened.
it looked like Santiago fell to the ground and got up quickly. I think she fell onto Bino's leg. I think that's what happened. But, I mean, we don't have instant replay here. But if you're watching ESPN Plus, you definitely can. Definitely rewind that. But, I mean, glad Bino's safe. And now it is 2-0, though. And, I mean, does that suck out a lot of the momentum from Temple?
It does. I think that might have been a handball. No call there. But Temple should strive to at least get that 10th goal of the season. It would might not do much for the outcome of this game, but would certainly be a huge.
I mean, it's little wins, it's little goals.
Yeah, it'd be a huge part to their season to hit double digits
Yeah,
on goals.
and like we said in the beginning of this game, this is stepping stones to try to build for a brighter future, and that's the way you start it. You give some younger people playing time that's going to be here next season, and then you let them potentially put some goals on the board. Unfortunately, Temple has yet to put one up here in this one.
There's the long throw in there, intended for Sherry Atkins, and they're just playing volleyball with their heads right now. This is the worst kind of football. I
What?
hate watching that.
When it doesn't touch the ground?
Yeah, keep it on the floor. You can't control it when it's up in the air. This isn't volleyball.
This isn't Rocket League.
Yeah, you can't control it that way.
Nah, you
It's-
can't do aerials in the air.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You're so much more efficient on the floor. If you don't need
Exactly.
to head it, why
And-
would you head it?
Same thing with Bino. You're so more.
There's a cross in. Oh, just missed the header. Would have been a goal, surely.
That would have been a very clean goal too. But I mean, going back to like Bino in that one-on-one situation, she took away her best weapon, which was her hands coming out of the box.
Yeah.
So if you eliminate your best weapon on the pitch, which is your legs, like what are you doing?
Yeah,
You're just-
I agree.
you're just trying to
You
hurt
can't control
yourself.
it in the air. It's not a smart decision. There's no progression. They're just batting it back and forth. Now FAU on the offensive again. Another open net and takes a touch. Took a little bit too long. Now they do still have open shot. That's going to be called offsides. And it is unbelievable that the Florida Atlantic Owls did not convert a goal out of that opportunity.
I don't know how Bino missed that. Bino put it, like her full body weight on it, and it somehow popped out. And if I'm being honest, if I'm Temple here, I take Bino out of this game. I want to make sure my goalie, who most likely will be my goalie for the future, isn't injured. So I would say just bring in the freshman.
She definitely looked hesitant to dive towards the ball.
Absolutely.
Definitely because of that injury.
And
no
she
doubt in
didn't,
my mind.
and she didn't dive like body like front first. She dove back first because it's the front of her leg that's injured.
Yeah, and here's Sherry Atkins with an opportunity. It's going to be kicked towards the corner, and it'll probably just be cleared for throw-in or a corner kick. Will be a throw-in.
Yeah, that's rough there. Because I mean, Dan, you probably know more than anyone that a corner is way different from a throw-in,
Yeah,
and it's a big difference.
would have loved a corner kick there, but FAU defender does a great job of just clearing it
Oh,
out.
it actually looks like it is going to be a corner.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, that's good because now they get to stack the box.
Yeah, huge opportunity here for Temple. If they could get one back,
Yeah, I mean, if they can
Never
cut
know
this
what
lead
could
in
happen.
half.
never know what could happen.
No, especially with that many bodies in the box.
Yeah, 12 and a half minutes left is a lot of time. That one's floated up in the air.
Overkicked. Overshot it. I don't know if that's a game plan
Cleared
thing,
out.
but
I'm not sure. The way it was aired out, I think it was just overrun.
yeah. Number 24 was like the intended target, I would say, which is Delaney Holker. But now FAU on a counterattack once more.
Yeah, they have a 3-on-2 right now. They could swing it out to the left wing.
It looks like they're just going to run it up the middle. That's number 8 for them. That's Drew Dempsey.
And that ball
Sailed.
wide right and up about 15 feet, if I had to guess.
Yeah, that's not where the goal is. So
Yeah.
definitely off target. And I think Bino, honestly, with her injury, she might be like wiping her brow, because that was another potential one-on-one opportunity that she would have had to face.
Yeah, definitely. They had numbers on that counterattack, so
Absolutely.
she'll definitely be happy with her defenders that are forcing into an ill-advised shot that they couldn't convert.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at the stats, 7 saves from both goalkeepers.
There's a through ball. I don't think Temple's going to get to that.
No,
That'd be out for
unfortunately
a goal
not.
kick.
7 saves from both goalkeepers, but then you look at it, the end shots are goal, 12-10 for FAU, 9-7 for FAU as well. So those 2 shots on goal and those 2 more shots they have ended up being goals for them.
Yeah.
So that's why it looks like a very even game, but when you really break it down, FAU does have the advantage when it comes to this game.
It comes down to those 2 plays. I mean,
It does, yeah.
I said it before that they got very lucky with some of their decision making and that FAU didn't convert on more goals.
Absolutely, and I would say that one goal, that one-on-one with Bino, was 100% her fault. She made the wrong decision coming out and eliminating her best weapons, which are her hands.
There's a good cross in. Steinberg just mishits it, and that was a golden opportunity.
And went off the top of her head rather than the side of her head, so that just went straight up and,
To the
out of
left,
bounds.
yeah.
But like I was saying before, Bino made the wrong decision, eliminated her best weapon, her hands, and unfortunately lost that one-on-one. The other goal, not 100% across into the box, and there's a bunch of bodies, which, I mean, could have definitely from midfield, right? That was the last goal. I mean, that's always tough to defend because you don't know where to set up. But, I mean, so far, the goalkeeping for both sides have been good. It's just the Temple defense allowed FAU to get 2 more shots up than Temple, and that shows why
It's been the difference.
FAU is winning this game right now. Less than 10 minutes to go, by the way.
Now Temple looks like they just got the wind knocked out of them.
Their momentum is all gone, I would say.
Yeah.
Ever since Bino gave up that last goal, and
FAU could do whatever
became
they
injured,
want
yeah.
with this ball for the next 10 minutes until this game is over.
Dempsey,
And Dempsey with a great move. And that's
left
going to be
foot.
it. Bottom left corner. It's going to be 3-0 FAU.
Wow, and
this
if it-
game getting out of hand quickly.
And if you remember Dempsey, she was the one that had to switch to her right foot
Yeah,
earlier
she's
in the
caught
game.
and she absolutely buries it into the bottom left corner with a left-footed goal.
5, Sloan Young.
Oh, absolutely. I'm completely wrong. It's Sloan Young, number 5. I thought that was number 8. I guess my glasses failed me that time. But still, very impressive that they were able to really quickly turn around Sloan Young with the goal. And, I mean, she's another one that comes off the bench in this game and scores a goal for the FAU Owls.
Definitely a disappointing product from the Temple Owls in these last few minutes.
I mean, at this point,
Still
why?
looking to be aggressive, and they almost give up the ball right there.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, what is Temple fighting for? Just to not put up a clean sheet for FAU? Because I mean, of course, you want to
Yeah.
you want to say they go for the tie, but do you think they even have it in them anymore?
I do not think they have a chance anymore. I think that just put the game away for good. For
Absolutely.
FAU.
I mean, 2-0 was a big deficit, but 3-0 almost seems impossible.
And now the best thing I think they could do is try to get that 10th goal of the season, as I mentioned before.
Absolutely. I mean, that would be a big. I mean, going into senior night next game, I think that would be a big, not win because of course they'll be losing, but that would be a big, at least momentum shift
Yeah.
changer.
Oh, that could be a penalty kick.
Yeah. Penalty.
It's just going to go to VAR, she says. But
Whoa.
I don't know if they have VAR over here.
They do. They have it.
They had VAR?
Me and Patty actually in the Memphis game found out they have VAR, so she's gonna go review
Oh
it over
my
on the other
God.
side of the field. We're not gonna be able to see it because why should we see it? She's gonna go review the VAR and see if that's worthy of a penalty.
Listen, from where I'm sitting, I'll tell you this. I think that is a penalty.
Absolutely. I didn't see ball whatsoever.
I just found out they have VAR here. How about that?
Me and Patty also did the aha moment and said they have VAR. We didn't know
Wow.
that NCAA football or soccer, specifically Temple soccer,
Specifically AAC soccer.
AAC
I
soccer
wasn't
would
aware
have
of that.
VAR. This is crazy. So she's going to go review the tape, what tape would she be using? The ESPN Plus right above us?
I assume, but I think that would be a good angle. From my angle, I thought I had a good view, and
Yeah.
I thought it was a penalty.
I agree with you 100%. I believe that was also a penalty. But now this might hurt both teams and their performance because now they're just standing around in the cold. This stops the game, and unfortunately for us as well, it makes us stay here even longer.
Yeah, you're right about one thing. I'll tell you, but I do think Temple can convert a goal out of this penalty. And I've been saying I would be content with a goal in this game. Don't let them get that clean sheet over.
Exactly.
You,
And I mean,
especially at home.
I don't want to call anything or say anything, but I mean, this is a great momentum shifter.
Yeah.
If they want to have any chance to come back in this game, they need to score this goal. And I wonder who do you think they choose? Do they choose
Sherry Atkins.
their number one goal scorer?
Sherry Atkins.
But maybe
will
Atkins isn't built for penalties. I'm not sure.
I think her physicality, her strength has shown that she has the power to kick a penalty. I
Absolutely.
think she does have the finesse, the footwork that would imply that, she could place the ball where she wants to.
Exactly. But that's, hoping that the goalkeeper doesn't outplay her, basically.
Hopefully not. I wonder if we'll see any mind games.
Yeah, not sure. Maybe she'll do the Paul Pogba jump, that little stutter
Little
step
stutter
that he does.
Little Neymar Jr. action.
Potentially, I'm not sure. That's why I've always liked watching Pogba, just because of that stutter step.
Referee taking a long time on this review.
She is, and I think she has to. She doesn't really have a mic, so I don't know what who she has to really tell.
Well, she will be pointing to the marker if it is a penalty.
And
Wow, it's
it is not.
no penalty.
Wow, I wonder what her decision was. I wonder why. Her decision was no penalty, but I wonder what her explanation would be, because
Looks like she's giving that explanation to Steinberg right now.
absolutely, and I think the explanation would be that she touched ball over touching legs, but
Either that or that Steinberg possibly initiated any contact.
possibly, yeah. But that's also a big knock to Temple, because that was their one chance to come back in this game, and now that they don't have that penalty opportunity, I don't really see Temple potentially mustering up enough to come back.
I think even with that penalty goal, it would have been a long shot for them to close out.
Momentum's a
two
big
goals.
thing, though.
I agree. I think a goal there would have done more for the momentum of the
Absolutely.
season.
And you've been talking about that 10th goal all year. That would have definitely at least made that possible.
Yeah. And
And
now
now-
FAU on a great pass, great counter here. They have numbers. If they cross it in time, some Temple defenders getting back.
Bad
They're able
cross.
to clear it out.
Clearly they wanted to move, because they were chilly, standing there doing absolutely nothing,
Yeah,
and
they're
they
ready
instantly
to go. They made a plan.
Yeah, came out firing.
And they get the ball back in the final third. FAU could cross it in once again. They're taking it in, cutting it back. Maybe lay it off right there.
Yeah, slowing
Maybe
it down
not.
a little bit.
And then here, I think, will be a great crossing opportunity.
Yeah, we'll see.
They let Togba.
Bad
Oh,
cross. Back-to-back bad crosses, but that could also potentially be them
If
just
I'm-
trying to warm back up.
Yeah, if I'm FAU, I think I'm just,
Holding on to the ball?
yeah, I think I'll let this clock simmer down.
Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't want to keep putting goals up on the board, because it's fun to score, obviously. But, I agree with you. Just take your time, right? Don't try to force anything at this point.
Yeah. Here's a great opportunity, and
Oh.
puts it.
Oh, yeah, she's embarrassed. She's embarrassed. That was, I believe, it looked like number 21, but I don't see number 21 on the stat sheet, so we're waiting for her to turn around.
Mishit pretty badly there. She
Yeah.
had a great look at goal and just puts it wide and high. Wide and high.
3, Morgan McDonald. Number
What number?
Oh, that's the goal scorer.
Oh, yeah, Haley Santiago right there with the, I don't want to say very embarrassing touch, but, a little finesse goes a long way, and unfortunately she just off target and too much power.
Yeah, I think it just hit the wrong part of her foot. She didn't get her footing the way I guess she wanted to, because that
Nah.
was badly missed.
Yeah, she buried her face in her hands afterwards. Her teammates might be laughing about that one, but fortunately for her, it's 3-0. She doesn't need to score there.
Yeah, I would have. I know she would have loved to get the brace.
Yeah, two goals in a game off the bench would be great for her.
Yeah, great efficiency.
Coming in for Temple.
Yeah, absolutely.
Caroline Ostergaard.
Then.
Yeah,
Got the
Caroline.
substitutes out the way.
Yep, Caroline Ostergaard coming back in. She started this game, and now she's coming back in for the last 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Very interesting you bring your starter back in when you're down 3-0, when it's little hope left for your team.
Yeah, it could be a pride thing.
It could be. Ostergaard for Temple as well. She's a sophomore, so it's not like she's not going to graduate or anything, so I don't see why you would need to bring her back. But, put your best players out there, right?
Yeah. Try to get at least one.
Absolutely.
7 minutes left.
Anything could happen. If they get one, maybe another one follows, and then after that, who knows?
I think the big thing could catch them sleeping, get a goal to, hang your hat on a little bit.
That's
as
the thing
you
with
close off
FAU.
this game.
Even though FAU's up 3-0, they have some room to work with. They have 3 goals, but you just don't want them to get caught napping, like you were saying,
Yeah.
because that could end up being very bad for FAU.
Steinberg was in hot pursuit for that ball there. They're going to
Yeah.
play all the way back to the FAU goalkeeper, Lexi Gonzalez.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing pretty much full pitch press here because they need that ball. They need
Yeah.
it. If they don't get this ball at all in the last 6 minutes, then they will guaranteed lose this one.
That'll be a foul on Temple. Free kick for FAU right by midfield outside of the circle. 6 minutes left in this game. What has been a 3-0 thrashing in favor of the FAU Florida Atlantic Owls.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say if this was a defensive or offensive match. There's been 3 goals, which normally in a soccer game, that's a good amount of goals. But they are all towards one side, and I mean, no goals for the other team. It's like, what do you call it?
I mean, those last 2 goals were lightning quick. They were fast
Exactly,
succession.
back-to-back goals,
And,
really.
They did have control of the game for a large part of it. Withstanded a lot of Temple counterattacks.
Yep.
Might have to do it one more time here.
Enough pace there?
That
Ooh.
might be a foul. I think they might just... Oh,
No.
they're going to give it a Temple throw.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately for Temple, the referee was on the other side of the field, but I mean, that's just an ill-advised pass down into the corner. But
Yeah, no, not weighted well, not
yeah,
placed well.
I mean, there's 2. I understand you have 2 attackers over there, but you also have 3 defenders, so
Yeah.
you're still outnumbered either way you look at it.
And there's a short throw, and looked like she was winding up for a big one.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to go for a corner now, but
Sherry
unfortunately, it's another goal kick.
Atkins can't get to it in time. That's a goal kick.
And we're stopping time for substitutions. 2 more for FAU.
Coming in for FAU, number 22.
5 minutes left in this 56-degree North Philadelphia matchup.
Yeah, it's a little rough out here. But I mean, we're complaining. We live here. Unfortunately, what does FAU think? What do you think their coach thinks standing on the other side of the pitch?
I wonder what they were thinking driving through Girard.
They were probably very intrigued about what was happening around, huh?
They got a whole different scene out there in Boca
I mean,
Raton.
absolutely. I mean, do you think they took a trip down Kensington, or what do you think?
There's a foul.
Yeah, there's less than 5 minutes to go, and I mean, if you can put up a goal a minute, that's great. But unfortunately, I don't think Temple has it in them.
I think 1 goal would suffice for this team. right
Absolutely,
now.
and I mean, you can even hear how cold it's getting. The sniffles are coming out for me. So we got to wrap this one up if I don't want to
Yeah.
start sniffling hardcore on the mic.
Should have brought some hand warmers tonight. It's getting chilly.
Right? I mean, you think they would be supplied, right?
I don't know. We gotta contact the right people.
I know, right? I mean, where's our higher ups?
Yeah, Hayden Bandel, please supply us with.
Yeah, shout out Hayden Bandel. We want hand warmers for night games, even though this is most likely our last night game of the year. So
Nicholas Parr, you're fired.
you heard it first, Nick. Danny is firing you. We're waiting here for the free kick. That's why we're waffling, because the game has stopped.
Yeah, we're waiting for this free kick to go. I'm not sure what we're waiting for exactly.
I think just substitutions, really. They brought in a bunch of new people, I think for both sides. But now it looks like there's just a stoppage. I think it looks like a player potentially talking to a coach, but I don't know why we need a time stoppage for that. And the ref is abiding towards this, stoppage. I'm not sure why. And eventually they're going to come back out onto the field.
I
So
think that's Togbach coming back onto the field.
interesting. I wonder if she was potentially talking herself back into the game, because I feel like she got taken out very quickly.
I think that was a team doctor.
You think that was the doctor? Our producer thinks it's the doctor. Thank you, Lillian. Shout out Lillian,
There's
our
a
producer.
low cross. I'm not sure what the plan was there.
I think that was just the result of sitting there for so long. We were sitting there for 3 minutes just waiting.
Maybe overthinking it.
Yeah.
4 minutes left here, and another
time
substitution.
stoppage. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
It's cold, ref. Ref, it's cold. We can speed it up a little bit, right? We know the result. But I mean, hey, Temple fans, if you don't want to have any faith against your team, I mean, 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. If you can believe in it, then it might happen.
Right now, FAU holding on to possession. They win a throw-in.
Yeah,
I'm
FAU.
sure they'll take their time here.
Yeah, FAU should definitely just try to play keep away from now on. I don't think Temple, even if they get the ball, has the opportunity to score. But who knows? Togba.
Temple loses the ball in the final third once again.
Interesting.
They
Getting
win
it
it back. Yeah. Here they go, looking for a cross maybe, outside to the left wing, looking for a cross. Can she pick out a pass? Making a move. I think that's Sherry Atkins there. Dribbles her way into the box, and it's into the side netting for
Interesting.
a goal kick.
I'm not sure if you want Shari Atkins to be the one to cross
no.
it.
It's not a goal kick. It's a corner kick for Temple.
Oh, interesting. But I'm not sure if Shari Atkins is the person you want crossing the ball. If she's your number one scorer, put her in the box. Make someone else pass.
I think she's playing on the wing. I think
Honestly, I don't want to call her a ball hog or anything, but she likes to have the ball, I would say.
I think given her position right now,
Yeah.
I think there just needs to be more players in the center.
Absolutely.
Inside the box. I don't think there's enough people there.
Agreed. They did a short goal kick when they were defending the short goal kick.
And there, oh my goodness.
Oh!
Right across the face of the goal, and it's just missed. Wide open net.
Man, and Carly Steinberg was there, and she missed it, and she pounded on the ground because she
rolls
knew.
right over her foot on that
Man,
play.
that's unfortunate because, I mean, I don't want to say that could have gave them momentum because there's only 3 minutes left. But, I mean, that could have been a goal on the board. That could have been the 10th goal of the season you've been waiting for.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been waiting for it.
Absolutely. I mean, that would have been Steinberg's second goal of the season. She has one already off the bench. So, I mean, she is definitely angry that she wasn't able to put a foot on that one. If she just touched that ball, it goes in the net.
They're playing volleyball once again.
That's her favorite type, right?
For whatever reason, not putting the ball on the ground. Sherry Atkins finally
Yeah, I mean,
playing with her feet.
you're not going to get anywhere if you just keep playing volleyball, especially in this one. You got to be able to try to put it in the net
Put
with
it
your
forward,
foot.
get it down on the ground,
Yeah,
pass it.
and now's not the time for them to be playing backwards, and now they gave it up again.
That's not a good pass either. That's a 50-50 ball. Bad passing from both teams right now. Temple trying to play it forward. Sherry Atkins on the right side.
That
Not a
touch.
good touch. She should have left it.
That was Steinberg
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, and I think Phoebe Holland knew that wasn't the
Not
touch.
intended for
That
her.
is not who she wanted the ball to go to.
Yeah,
Kinda
unfortunately-
getting in the way there.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time. It happens, but you got to be able to fight back, and unfortunately, Temple not going to be able to fight back in this one.
Yeah, 2 minutes left. FAU on the attack. They could. Oh, it's a good save out of Bino.
Hey, at least Bino gets one more touch, right?
Yeah, and there's no one's going to the ball. FAU collects it.
I mean, you could just tell Temple doesn't really. They've given up. I feel like.
I think they look mentally checked out.
Yeah, they just don't want to put any more effort here into this game. I mean, Bino still will. I mean, that's her job, but
Yeah.
the rest of the team
Riley
really not doing
Wilpolt
anything.
Looking to just burn down the clock, take some possession, and that's gonna be a corner kick.
Wow, Wilpolt way too quick on that one. Oh, it's not going to be a goal kick. Ref is letting them play from, a corner. I thought you said corner. Yeah, it's going to be a goal kick.
It is a goal kick.
Yeah.
I-
Atkins
little
trying to go
confusing.
quick.
Thought it was initially called a corner.
Me
Sherry
too, actually.
Atkins taking to the right, taking to the left. What a move.
Ah, she's right-footed.
She's left-footed. Oh, what a shot. It goes just over the
That's
top.
the third time Atkins has shot over the net. The third time.
1 minute remaining.
One of
That
them
one
was offsides, but
nearly dropped right into the sweet spot. Would have been
Yeah.
a beautiful goal. It was a curler, but a little unlucky. Goes over the top
yeah.
bar.
I mean, if all of Atkins' shots that were just over the top bar hit, this would have been a tie game right now. So I guess they're putting the shots up that they want.
not
but-
just not finishing, not
Ju-
converting.
yeah, just not the finesse just isn't there. She's putting just too much power on it, and that's something you can try to fix in practice, training. But unfortunately, when you're in game, that's tough to overcome. It's just really rough.
With 24 seconds left, the FAU Florida Atlantic Owls 2-9-4 record. They're going to advance to 3-9-4.
Yep.
Their third win of the season, and this will be their second conference win of the season as well.
And on the other side for the Temple Owls, 2-15 they're going to end up after this game. And I mean, looking forward ahead, on Sunday it will be me and Danny once more.
Back.
For senior day, they're taking on UAB.
Not the result Temple fans wanted to see.
Absolutely
Couple
not.
of close calls, but with the final score line, Florida Atlantic take the win over the Temple Owls 3-0 here on North Broad Street.
Yeah, and I mean, Danny, who would your MVP be of the game? Is there even enough to say who the MVP would be?
I would say the substitute. The
Yeah.
substitute for
Who
the Florida
scored
Atlantic
that
Owls.
one-on-one goal? Was it Haley
Yeah,
Santiago?
Haley Santiago. She had a couple of great looks. She was pushing the ball well. Came off the bench.
Yeah.
Got a goal. She had a tough start. She had
Absolutely.
she did adjust quickly.
She
and,
did.
She had a big role in this win. She had the goal that really sealed it and set FAU in a position to really take over, which they did.
Absolutely.
She had a great game. FAU had a great game, and We'll be back on Sunday, Jake.
Absolutely. I mean, Danny, great first game. Unfortunately, it didn't go our way, but hey, there's always the next game, right?
Yeah, always the next game. Hopefully the 10th goal and hopefully the 3rd win of the season. Until then, Danny Mez, Jake Holzhauer, and our producer, Lillian Priet.